finished.
No. I don't want to update that. God.
Are you sure you don't want to update this?
Stupid thing. Let's do the intro. It's got the wrong thumbnail. I've got to change the thumbnail. So not playing FF.
Not anymore. We finally fucking finished it.
That's what FF stands for.
Yeah, fucking finished.
Finally finished.
There we go. Well, I wanted to change it to the
Next time Hawk plays Final Fantasy, he's gonna have that Millhouse clip.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, the thumbnail on my YouTube is still Sephiroth watching someone take a shit.
It's done. It took 8 hours, but it's done.
That was a great thumbnail.
It was. That's how I knew he was streaming. I'm like, that's Sephiroth. Is that the Final Fantasy logo? Is that Sephiroth watching someone take a shit? Okay, Hawk is streaming.
I mean, there's lore behind that.
Yes.
Yeah, there is. There's lore.
Yes. It's what I'm used to. Is how I think of Sephiroth. He's the creepy one. He used to, the poster in the toilet.
Watch me poop. Watch me poop.
So yeah, that's why that's the thumbnail. And it will be again on Friday when we're back with Final Fantasy 2.
Oh, that
in space.
Well, no, though this one is very Star Warsy.
Yes.
Why have we not had a proper space Final Fantasy?
The best we've gotten is sci-fi. It is like sci-fi-ish, like the second half of Final Fantasy VIII and pretty much all of 13.
I'm pretty sure they could do a space Final Fantasy.
I'm pretty sure they could.
I mean, they did a boy band one.
Yeah.
The problem is, I enjoyed the boy band one. And
I love the boy band one.
Shit.
It was a lot of fun.
No, the system was great. The story was awful.
I platinumed it. I couldn't tell you what the story was.
Exactly my point.
That sounds.
I
that
think...
sounds like a great game.
It was a lot of fun, to be fair.
We'll wait till next Tuesday when we try to get further into Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
God, that's going to be.
I'm still a long way. I'm still a long way away from that one.
I know, but it's something that Ollie's actually paying attention to, which makes it a step above the first 4.
I was paying attention.
Hawk's got story.
This is a homebrew D&D game.
I'm still trying to figure out why
answering the question from YouTube.
Why on earth I'd buy Jedi Survivor if I hate Dark Souls games? And I went, oh, it's because you wanted to play as a Twi'lek.
Okay.
I mean, Hawk in less than 2 minutes.
Like, as Souls games go, I think the Star Wars ones are the easiest ones to play.
Right.
Yeah, but you don't then spend 3 days downloading mods so you can play as a Twi'lek and don't get past the first level.
So, we ended last session with discovering Ares' scheme.
Ploy, Jape. Machination.
And so, as we resume, it's the fallout of that. from India. Huh. Well, welcome to the stream. It's nice to see you. Okay, so how are people going to proceed now that they've discovered the truth and it was Ares?
Well, first thing I'd have Puri do is I want to check on have it go check on El Toro and make sure he's okay.
He's in a bit of a strop. Is the answer.
Well, again, just to check before we go anywhere, he didn't go check on the goblins he killed. He, quote unquote, did he? He kind of just like dropped the sword and kind of walked off, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna have Purring go over to El Toro and go and just yell, El Toro, are you okay?
I don't know what just happened.
Well, you were possessed by the sword you picked up, and if it makes you feel any better, I went to check on the goblins you attacked, and they weren't real. They were straw dolls. So, if it makes you feel better, you didn't take any lives.
What's possessed?
Basically, I'm trying to think of a way to put this to you. Do you remember that sword you picked up?
Yeah.
When you took that, a deity called Ares kind of you went into a berserk-like rage and started attacking what we thought were goblins, but it was an illusion for the amusement of Lord Ares. You attacked a camp of sleeping goblins, and it's only when I do apologize for this, I cut the sword from your hand. Hopefully I didn't hit you too hard.
Fine.
The sword was gone out of your hand, you seemed to return to normal.
So what was the point? So what was the point of this challenge?
It wasn't so much a challenge, so much as, well, I suppose it was, but Ares was playing around. I suppose it was just to see how we reacted, if we would kill you to stop you, or I couldn't tell you. Everything happened so fast. I mean, the goblins were clearly an illusion, but we thought they'd attacked and killed that guard, and turns out the guard wasn't a guard at all. It was a god.
El Toro does not understand.
I know you don't. Big, powerful man took control of you. Does that make sense?
Okay, but why, though?
His amusement. He was a heel. He was being a heel. If I've gotten the terminology right.
But...
That guy. He was being mischievous.
I didn't know that was a thing that could happen to you.
Well, everything's been a learning experience the past 2 days.
Things were simpler in the labyrinth.
I know, I understand. I just wanted to make sure you were okay, considering what happened. Usually when gods do things, there's after effects. But you're feeling all right, though.
I don't appear to be too injured.
Good. Again, sorry about your hand. I needed to stop you from going crazy and killing people you didn't mean to.
It'll be fine.
You seem to be a person who'd rather, deal with the targets and be aware of what you're attacking.
I mean, until recently, I didn't know there was another way of doing things.
I'm just going to give a giggle with that and just give him a reassuring pat on the back and go, well, you're okay now, that's what matters.
But El Toro does not understand. What glory is gained from doing this to another being? Even if I killed those people, the kills would go to El Toro, not to Ares.
It's...
You think of glory on too small a scale.
Hey, Phil.
And Ares does not seek glory, he just seeks violence in the sake of his name. For he's a vile trickster that wants only blood.
That does not make sense to El Toro.
Let me put it to you like this. Other people may think very differently to you, and what they do may not make sense to you, but it's just the way it is sometimes. I'm guessing in the you being in the labyrinth as long as you have been, you haven't really had the chance to talk to a lot of people.
Well, when they turn up to try and kill me, but then it's more talking at them than to them.
Well, if you do want to talk to anyone, or just, I don't know, tell me more about this wrestling you do, then I'll be happy to sit and talk with you.
For now, I wouldn't strain your brain too much, El Toro. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Don't worry, I'll be here. I'll be here if you don't understand anything. I'll try and explain. Though I'm a bit of a fish out of water myself, so.
I do not wish to be controlled by someone again.
Well, let me put it into a term. Consider this our faction, so to speak. Tag team, so to speak. We'll look out for you.
Oh, a stable.
A stable. Ah, that's what you call it. Then, yes, consider as part of your stable your allies that you can come to if things get a bit confusing.
El Toro understands.
Ah, wonderful.
Yes, I healed El Toro last game. That's why I'm missing healing hands.
I forgot to
so
stable for a while.
Yeah.
Oh. Because I got to remember that she doesn't know what wrestling is, so the closest she'd understand is probably sumo.
Mm.
And I'm trying to think if there's a parallel between the two of them.
They have pro wrestling in Japan.
They do, but in that
They
era,
do now,
but
not
now. But back then, it would have been more sumo.
Yeah, I suppose.
To be fair, they're very similar.
Well, one's a bit more ceremonial, and it's a completely different sport that doesn't have a lot of crossover. Like they can transition between each other, but again, Japan didn't really have a pro wrestling thing for a very, very, very long time. Certainly not in ancient Japan. The closest again would be sumo, but it wouldn't be something that women would have taken part in. But she would be aware of its existence.
Yeah.
It's
just that El Toro thinks in very simple terms.
Yeah, that's why she's trying to think of it in a way. She's trying to explain it to you in a way that is simple enough that you can understand, but also understands that you see things. Well, you've got the pro wrestling thing going on, so she doesn't know how to explain that, but she's trying to, in her own way, figure you out in a way so she can talk to you.
The best way of putting it for El Toro is, you know how people who come into your labyrinth, you fuck around with and cause them problems.
I think it's the other way around, really. They're coming to him.
That's what he's doing. You are now in his labyrinth.
I do not like this labyrinth.
Anyway, if El Toro is good to continue, we should head towards the village and find our next trial.
Of course, El Toro is always ready.
Of course.
Then let's go. Well, Perrin's mind's at ease now.
As given we've had a trial on the beach at the gate, I think it's safe to surmise our next trial will be in the town itself.
I don't think there's a rhyme or reason to these trials. I think they're just going to happen whenever.
I know we could walk up to this river, for example, and it could turn into lava, and we'll be playing "Don't Touch the Ground" as we cross. We don't know what these trials could be.
Oh, I am assuming there's a rhyme and reason to throw. It's just we are not privy to Rhea's inner
what's
workings.
that thing in front of your face? It looks like a giant. It makes you look like a giant watching from a theatre balcony. It's my DM screen.
The opera glass. Oh, I was going to say the opera glasses.
Oh,
Yeah,
Opera
I've had
opera
a
glasses would be
DM
good.
screen for ages. It's that little.
Yeah.
There's actually a real one that looks exactly like that under my PS3 at the moment because I was bending it back the right shape. But yeah. As you approach
Whereas it's not for us to know Rhea's inner workings.
As you approach the town gate, there are no guards.
That's worrying.
It's not that worrying.
Oh.
Who's going to head through the gate first?
I will take the lead.
As you head through the gate, you can see a body slumped up against the wall.
Excellent.
It
Can I
is.
investigate?
It is the female paladin that you saw when you entered. She has various holes in her plate armor, and she's dead.
The paladin we saw when we entered.
Yes, it's one of Richter's daughters.
Oh no.
Can I make a? Yeah, can I give the body a look over to see what might have caused this?
There are a multitude of injuries. Maybe one of them could have been what finished her.
So there's no signs of life at all, like.
No.
Okay. Anyway, to tell how long she's been dead.
You'd have to roll.
Okay, what do I roll? A medicine?
Yeah.
Yeah, medicine.
Hey, I'm not great with these. 18.
Couple of weeks.
That doesn't make sense. We literally walked.
Do not think too literally on it, Purin. We are on a test.
Oh, I'm aware. That's why I'm saying it doesn't make sense. We've not been here more than a day, and yet this one it appears to have been dead for a while. The blood's already starting to crust.
Well, did you not notice the dead body when we came in the first time?
I seriously doubt that they'd leave a dead body out in the open.
No, that was there when we came in yesterday.
No, it wasn't a skeleton, Phil. It's still
going to be rather pungent.
Yes.
Can I take a guess hazard at what caused the injury? Like at what weapon? Because whatever it is has to be strong to punch through plate armor.
Various. Well, as I said, it's been various things. Some sort. There are burn marks around the armor, around the holes.
That's where we have a good look, and it's like we've got stab wounds, burn marks, obviously poisoned.
Angie, stab wounds, burn marks, beheaded, gutted. Clearly, it's natural causes.
This person died of old age.
So the weapon marks are different. So she wasn't assaulted by one person, multiple people.
Yeah, she's been attacked by multiple people. As I said, there's, as I said, like energy blasts from spells. There are holes from some form of firearm, arrowheads. You know, she did not go down easily.
We need to find these guys. These guys seem to know what they're doing.
I suggest we proceed on our guard. Can I make a check on? I suppose there wouldn't be anything on where the attackers went left if it's been here weeks.
There isn't really a well, there isn't any like trails. Well, there are boot marks and things, but they're weeks. They're weeks old.
Yeah, I thought so.
Now the question is, are we going to approach this as we are entering a hostile encampment?
I think it's safe to keep our guard up for now. Is there a way on top of the wall from here so we can get a better view?
Well, for you, yeah.
Yeah. There's a way up in the guard towers. Onto the walls.
That's what I thought. I would like to go on to the wall. Yeah, I'd rather not burn my once-a-day flight just yet. Unfortunately, my wings, unlike Razor Eyes, are not permanent.
How high is that wall?
30 feet.
I believe I said it was 30 feet.
I deliberately asked this last week whether I could so I could know whether I could vault it or not. Which the answer is no, I cannot. Okay, so what can I see from up on this wall?
You can see there are huge. Well, there's energy. There's burn marks in most of the buildings. In the direction that you're facing. So the bakery you can see from here. There's burn marks on the walls near the on the windows, which would indicate a running firefight. So, the attackers came from your direction and headed towards the bakery. And a few stray shots hit the bakery and burned the walls. The tower to your immediate right, where there was a cannon, has been destroyed. The cannon on the wall is gone. That's all you can really tell from here.
Okay, that's fine. Do you want me to make a perception check to see if I can make out any other details, or
Yeah.
something a bit harder to notice? I took expertise in this, so I might as well try and use it. Ooh, 23.
There were defences, but they've been removed. You can see where at the gate there was a barricade and several places where there were holes that have been filled in.
Does this scenario strike a memory with anybody? I'm asking this to the group.
You can't hear you. You're 30 foot on a wall.
I'm gonna come down from the wall.
30 feet is about the same height as one of the steel cages around a ring.
Can
So
I?
you're saying she could jump off it and be perfectly fine?
No.
I mean, provided she had someone else to land on.
Yes.
Yeah. Or a Spanish announce table.
Or a Spanish announce table.
Can I just play devil's advocate for 2 seconds and profit a theory?
Of course.
What are the chances that this isn't a test?
Given that we were here yesterday, and Ares has no known manipulation of time itself, he is more for frothing up an army. Unless somebody else did something, there is no way this could have transpired since yesterday.
No, but Rhea could have teleported us to a safe point after the fight. We have a god of war and an active war zone, and the only people we've seen are 2 people being divinely punished who can't escape their punishment.
This is true.
We physically could be in an active after the battle scenario here.
The only reason I don't think that is
Sounds
true...
like the aftermath of the average Saturday night in Swindon.
Yep.
The only reason I would contest this theory is, as deplorable it is, I do not think the wolf person would have let his family die without at least putting up some kind of fight.
I feel like from what we've heard, he'd have buggered off and then came back to his hut. Like you say, keeping his house safe.
But does it really make any difference if this is, in fact, 2 weeks later or is a test? We will probably... does it actually change anything?
No, I just wanted to voice a opinion and a concern that we could be walking into something that we assume is perfectly safe and a test, but is in fact a living hell of a nightmare.
I would propose we take the presumption of, even if this is a test, or rather if it's not a test, I don't think we should presume our safety, and we should be on our guard.
I mean, I've already died once today. Yes, I got better, but there was no guarantee of it.
No, you sound awful because you died today.
Jumanji. It is convenient, yes.
I think your assertion's not terrible. I just think we should...
I just think that we should operate on a non-test scenario basis, that anything we see we should take at face value and not assume we'll be fine with.
Toro Vanguard.
I think either assumption could hurt us. I think we should just... The only thing we should rely on at the moment is the people we are currently with and our own skills. I think that is a good assertion to make. Yes, I think El Toro should take the Vanguard, and maybe you should bring up the rear.
I could go scout.
Do you think your skill? Do you think you'd be safe enough away from the group?
I can be invisible for an hour.
My concern with that is we are dealing with somebody who has arcane power. We don't know what their capabilities are, so assuming they can't see through this invisibility might cost us.
Yeah, but I wouldn't get close to them. I'd just go scout. I don't mean be invisible and walk up next to them. I mean, I'd still stick to cover, but I'd still be invisible as well.
Of course, I am just trying to formulate. I'm still trying to learn everyone's abilities and what best roles they are suited for. Your invisibility is a handy ability, I will not lie. And the best outcome for a battle is knowledge. The more knowledge we have, the better prepared we can be. Do you have a way of communicating with us if you come under duress?
I got a message.
Excellent. Then we will move. Then we will move slowly forward as El Toro as our lead, and you can scout ahead.
Or I could just walk in there looking like Ares if I wanted to.
No, I think the invisibility should be good enough, and the message.
Well, no, but that's the problem. Is that's a second level. That's a second level spell. I could do it with first level spell if I just pretend to be Ares.
Yeah, but pretending to be Ares doesn't benefit us.
Well, it does if we assume that he knew something about this.
Again, I think you're making too many assumptions on this one.
Oh, you will find I do that a lot.
I mean, I think you should scout ahead and use your best judgment. I'm assuming the guys of the God of War is probably not your best bet.
You'd probably take exception to that.
That and I'm not sure how well you could pull off the guys. No offense to your capabilities, but Ares is a conundrum to most.
No offense to my own capabilities, I actually think this might be a job for the fishermen.
Quite possibly. It can be quiet when needed.
Well, no, I can make you invisible.
He's faster than you.
He's faster than me, quieter than me. And it means that I can message without breaking invisibility.
It's a fair assessment. I will admit, as I said at the table, my skills in subterfuge and scouting and stealth are the features I lack. I will admit are the features I lack. For instance, your invisibility. It would not work on me. No matter how hard I try, I cannot hide my beauty. It is a blessing and a curse.
How does that work if they can't see your beauty? How does that work?
There is no way of masking it per se. As you saw yesterday, the veil and hiding it helps disguise it slightly, but my figure and aura are still perceptible at a fair distance. And
No, if
invisibility
they can't see it, how does it work? Because for it to work, they have to see it. But if they can't see you, then it can't work. Because beauty can only be perceived if they can see you. If you're invisible, they can't see you.
But no spell
Question
can
for the
hide me.
philosophers.
Welcome
Yes.
to Philosopher's Circle.
Oh, it's a circle of some kind.
No, but I assume that only affects like disguises. If you're invisible, they physically can't see your beauty for it to affect them.
that's part of it. You can't turn me invisible.
I don't know. Does the actual curse say that?
Yes, it does.
It does.
Remember, I had to have this discussion in session 0 that mirror image would work on me to make sure one of my abilities wasn't completely.
Well, no, but the thing is, it's like they can see you, but if it's negating them their ability to see you, and the curse is factuated on them being able to see you, surely that's the loophole.
But if the curse stops you going invisible in the first place, it's done.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think it does though.
It does.
Yeah, illusions cast on me have no effect.
Okay, that's fine.
It nullifies any illusion that would mask it, and even and as I said, Hawk put in the rule that if I wear the veil, that my godly aura is dampened, but it still exists up to like 10, 20 feet.
Yeah, it just makes
You're
it
just
so
less.
it just
Again,
means that it
you
doesn't
have to remember, you
affect
guys are less
everyone in the
effect-
room.
You're just like a hideous beacon of problems, aren't you?
Yeah, this is the thing. As I said, I took a fairly nasty drawback, but it's also a benefit to me. It only doesn't affect you guys as badly because you're all like half gods. Mortals suffer badly. Yes, I think your perception. I think you've made a good assumption. I think we should make the fisherman invisible if he's up for it, and have him scout ahead. While we move slowly, with El Toro taking the vanguard.
What are you thinking, Dan?
I'm game for this plan.
I said, the more information we gain now, the better our chances later.
I will be out of 2nd level spell slots, but that's okay.
Before you cast it, from what you saw up there, where do you think would be best to look at first?
You said, DM, you said it was leading towards the center of town, correct?
Yeah.
I think everything past the center of town is already lost. I think we should focus on the center of town for now and gauge what you can see from there.
So, do we want to send him straight into the middle where we scout the buildings and work our way up? Because that would give us cover at least.
Yes, that was my conjecture. Yes. I think that is the best strategic plan we have at the moment. As I said, Purin, as far as I'm aware, Purin's not great at stealth. I can't stealth. El Toro's a big meat canyon, so he's not going to be easily hidden. That's why my scouts are you two at the moment. And I think your presumption that the fisherman invisible is probably a better scout than you are at the moment. And he's faster. Yes, I think we should proceed round the tavern. We should proceed round the tower and in between these two buildings to see what we can see why the fisherman makes his way up through the middle.
Just keep
that is what I think.
Well, okay, who's going to head to? Well, okay. So, who's going to head in which direction?
I'm going to just full on go dashing and block against this wall.
Okay.
Just like full on, just sprint and then pin to the wall.
Well, the only image I've got is of Yajirobe just going running while that's happening.
I think it's best I cover the rear because I'm shit with stealth.
I
have full-on disadvantage on stealth.
I guess if I'm invisible, I'm going to be walking deeper into town along the road, trying to avoid tapping my spear by not using it as a walking stick. So no giveaway there. Well, deeper in. Sorrow, I guess, are you following the rest of them or trying to follow the invisible elf?
I'm gonna follow the rest of them, obviously.
Okay. As you get around the side of the building, you can smell something bad.
Is it like bloated corpse bad or burning building bad?
Bloated corpse bad.
Oh, what?
Oh, bother.
He's going to head around the side of the building.
I will. There we are.
Actually,
Further in.
I'll make the corpses visible. It's... as you discover them.
Right. Okay.
It's two of the other women you saw on the way in on the first day. They're both dead. Same style of injuries, multiple contusions and wounds. This is where they both fell and succumbed to their injuries.
There are more bodies around here.
It's gonna die. I'll go, stop yelling! They'll hear you.
Sorry.
It's just have a swinging, shouting match between.
It's just the head shake as I could possibly hear this.
It's like you can hear it from the road.
Yeah, it's just
Sorry,
sort
at
of
least try to be quiet.
El Toro apologizes.
To be fair, El Toro does have better stealth than half the group, I think.
Well, do I have a +3 on stealth?
Me and
It's
Purr are
better
at a
than-
disadvantage.
Yeah. Some of them have got disadvantage on stealth.
yeah, no, plus two of us have +4, so you're not doing bad at all there with +3.
I'm
For
on the edge of this building, the bakery.
I'm going to walk up and I'm going to go, El Toro, we've got to try and stay quiet, subtle, and make sure no one hears us. And then I turn around and jump through the window. Just leg first, just grab the thing, swing leg first through a barrel roll in.
The place has been ransacked.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This is a very confusing day.
Everything's been opened and searched through. There's mess everywhere. There's flour everywhere. It's...
I must really have wanted cake.
What is cake?
I'll buy you some when we get back to normality.
I actually do have some stuff on me. I may have bought him a cake, theoretically speaking.
What,
I am the only one
congratulations
who's
for sleeping with centaur cake.
I am the only one who's stuck to the plan.
I'm gonna proper XCOM this. I literally go up to the door, open it, and look around the corner.
You're the only one who stuck to the plan in that group. I'm still moving into the centre of town.
Well, I haven't done anything yet. Have I not stuck to the plan?
Okay, as you get closer to the center of town, you can see that there are a large number of guards. Well, there are a large number of guys with golden shields. At least 20.
Yeah.
Standing in military formation. They seem to be waiting for something.
Yes. Now, just to check, these shields don't look exactly like the ones that Rhea showed us the day before.
Yes, they do.
Or do they? Oh, wonderful. Yeah. I'm going to try and I'm going to keep advancing in. Be cautious, as even though I am invisible, so in case they have something around it, and see if there's anyone else that is obviously standing out from this number of guards. Rather, there's more than just the 20 I can currently see. Ugh. And
There
given the
is
noises
one
that
in the
have been
centre
made
that
by
does seem to be giving them orders. His armour is much more ornate than the others.
Mm. Okay. Is that in addition to the 20, or is he one of?
He's
in one
in
of the two
addition to the
groups?
20. You couldn't really see him until you got closer.
Oh, there he is.
Behind
And he also has one of those shields.
Yes. He seems familiar.
Hmm.
Just older.
And angrier.
Oh.
I'm assuming he's giving orders at the moment. Okay,
They
this
seem to
might
be actually just having something to eat. As though they're on a break.
dinner.
They're just, everyone has their rations out. They're all having some wine and...
Hmm.
Okay, the ones who are... Okay, you've checked the bakery. There's no one... as I said, the bakery's been ransacked. Are you going to continue heading towards the pub?
Yeah, we might as well search for survivors.
I feel like I would, once we've cleared the bakery, I would message in. After doing a building, I'd message in.
Okay.
I'm like, sandstorm to dry dock, sandstorm to dry dock. What's your situation? Over.
Okay.
Situation potentially extremely hostile.
Iron Duke, this is on sacrifice.
Right, so there are 21 of them.
There appears to be 21 people, one clearly in charge. Most of them armed with the shields that Rhea showed us yesterday. They seem to be having a lunch break.
I wonder if they'd be receptive to being challenged to a series of wrestling matches.
Somehow I don't think they'd have the courtesy.
Now, the question is, do you think you could draw their attention and bring them over here?
Draw their attention, you say?
Because then we could jump half of them.
Yeah, who was that aimed at, that question?
To El Toro.
Well, we are not in communication distance at the moment, so...
No, but I have a free cantrip message. I can talk to anyone I want.
I mean, if you want El Toro to like be a beacon for attention, then you know he can do that.
I'm just thinking, how good are you at kiting?
Kiting.
You know, you go out there, you draw their attention, and you bring them back over here.
Yeah, I can do that. Well, I think the way to do that would be to go stand out in the middle of the road and just sort of posture at them until they come at me.
Hey, nonny, nonny.
Oh, no.
Well, the question is, are you going to inform the strategist about this?
I mean, sandstorm to bunny rabbit, sandstorm to bunny rabbit. We have hostiles, possible incoming.
That's a copy, Legs. Prepping a smackdown of epic proportion.
Wait for the bull to take you by the horns.
That's a Roger, Legs.
Okay, so are we actually doing this?
I don't know. Let me check with our tactician.
It's hard to tell what Trigger's sarcasm is.
Sandstorm to prissy peacock. Sandstorm to prissy peacock.
Oh, good God.
We have 20 hostiles. Out to lunch. Over.
You're also like. So I'm not sure. Okay, so who knows what the plan is and who doesn't?
I don't. And I'm God.
He doesn't know what he's got. Well, Mora knows that we're waiting for you to do something.
What do the hostiles look like?
We've got a bunch of gold-laden
Shiny
smokies.
I specifically mentioned the shield.
Seem to be armed with relic of known proportion. Over.
I'm not
Pull
certain
back.
El Toro wouldn't be about to die, but let's roll those dice.
Pull back
Flip
to the
that.
pub. Pull
Flip
back
that.
behind the pub.
Fall back behind the pub.
Okay, El Toro. Okay, Bull with Horns. We are a go on the plan. Chrissy Peacock says once you've got their attention, pull back to the pub.
Jumanji, is that, to be
Well,
clear,
he's
is
told
that
you.
what everybody meant?
That is not what he meant.
No, I meant pull back because they will fucking murder us.
Well, that's
Looks
not
like
what
you're
El
in
Toro heard.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like they fucked you, El Toro. Sorry.
Because the minute I hear that, I hear Golden Dawn, and given that I know who they are, and trying not to metagame here, they trashed our 11th level party.
You should have told me that. I don't know who they are.
You were there.
I
No,
said
but
pull
my
back.
character
behind the
doesn't know
pub.
what they are.
But you've just reckoned you could go wrestle with Evil Richter.
I said pull back behind the pub.
That's exactly
but
what
that's
I
not-
said.
Yeah, that's not what you told El Toro, though.
That's what I said. I said pull
Oh.
back to the pub
Oh.
after you draw their attention.
Yeah,
Can-
he did say that.
Can you hear? Can El Toro reply to these messages?
You can reply to my messages, yes.
I'll just I'll get in position and say signal when ready. I guess you have. I'm not going to do anything until you give me the signal. You have the chance to abort.
Oh no, that would be metagaming. I really can't.
So that means you got to head towards Dam, basically.
But you cannot actually see.
I give a direct order and get completely fucking ignored with false information. We're off to a swimming start.
Oh,
I forwarded your order. I added to it, but I forwarded your order.
okay.
El Toro's fucking dead.
I would blame your radio man. It obviously can't
Yeah,
be
you.
trusted.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you.
You.
El Toro is in position. Signal when ready.
Oh dear.
God damn it.
I think he'd be fine. I said that's the problem. It'd be metagaming because I don't know who these people are.
Yeah, that's why I told That's why I told you to pull back to the pub so I could actually talk about this.
You probably should have said, "Definitely do not engage. Hostiles, dangerous." Something along those lines.
Well,
I thought you could
Well,
obey a simple
Toro's-
instruction. Apparently, my character is about to learn that as a falsity.
Yep. I don't believe in defense, motherfucker.
It does exist.
well. Okay, what signal are you waiting for?
Flare gun.
Well,
I think being messaged go.
basically, that's what I was assuming.
No, El Toro had somehow ended up next to me as I'm invisible.
Yeah, I would move away from El Toro if I were you.
I get a whisper, however, first. What's you doing here? It's not seem even a good idea to be here alone and visible.
Tiny fisherman. El Toro has been told to lure them back into an ambush.
What's the exact instructions?
Lure them back to behind the pub. Those were the exact instructions that I was given, were they not?
Roger, I believe the wording was retreat behind the pub after luring them. Which, yes.
El Toro was told retreat behind the pub after luring them.
Yes. I have not been told anything about luring them or preparing for combat, or setting up of ambushes behind the pub. This does not seem like a good idea. Especially as mighty as you are, I do not think you can pick up 21 people at once.
That's a very good question, actually. So, bull with horns. Would you? How would you scale these people? What do you think your chances would be?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of them. I mean, I've never had to take on 21 people in armor before.
No, but just looking at them, does your common sense go, no? Is what I'm asking you.
I mean, yes, I would say so. But given that the plan is to lure them into an ambush...
Well, no, because the plan might change solely on you going, I don't think I could take these guys.
Right. I'm going to return a question. How do we all feel about 3 each?
As you're discussing this, I assume that Murgy is watching them.
I hope so.
Yes.
You can see they finished
Keep
their
an eye
lunch.
while
And several of them are looking at. Well, they've spotted El Toro.
Oh God,
He's not difficult to spot.
So they've sort of put their lunches away.
I'm just going to whisper to Yoshi, if you're still there, run.
I was about to say the same to you.
The unit starts to move towards you slowly.
I am going to move aside, working under the assumption that they have not seen through the invisibility.
And their leader is heading towards you as well.
Okay, let's think.
Oh dear, not El Toro's strong point.
Right, okay, I'm confident I could outrun them if it came to that. But, like, if I start doing the promo thing, are they, like, liable to stop? I wonder. Well, they've already seen me, so he's just going to strike a pose and cheer, "Shiny humans, acknowledge me!"
Can I hear that from inside the pub?
Oh, you mean it's inside the pub?
Yeah, I moved inside the pub while all this was happening because that was the plan.
Okay. As you climb into the pub, yeah, it's not so much a pub anymore. It's a tomb.
Okay, everyone's dead.
Yeah. The corpses are literally everywhere.
Well, I said I cannot see what's happening, and I said pull back to the back of the pub. So, as far as I'm aware, everyone should be doing that.
Well, I was at the back of the pub. Well, I can't move my token, so.
Oh, I'll bring you over there.
That's why I'm asking if I hear El Toro screaming at them. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, what did he do?
Well,
yeah,
I was told to.
You can hear him. He's yelling.
Well, at the moment, I think this is El Toro stupidity.
Y'all think you're so great with your shiny dresses and your smashing boards? Well, this way if you want to find out whose game this is. And I'm just going to start running. Because they are advancing. I assume that...
The front line of men... Okay, before you run...
Yeah.
Right. You can see there's a first line of men. They haven't drawn their weapons. In fact...
I'm just going to holy bolt you.
They are... Several of them are laughing. And smiling. They're quite happy to see you.
Huh.
And you hear the leader go, "Look, it's El Toro!"
Oh, God.
I'm gonna play into it and strike some poses.
Oh, God.
Go on, you know you want to, fellas. Go and see him. At which point, the troops immediately break rank and run towards you. They mob you. Well, they sort of are running around you. Well, they run towards you and are asking you to sign things.
Oh, this was an unexpected development.
El Toro, sign my shield, sign my thing, sign my notebook, sign my tunic.
Sign my man boobs.
Is it true you beat Orc Hogan? Do you think you could have beaten you could have beaten the Nature Shark?
Ain't nobody, man or animal, can cow the bull. And I'm gonna, I don't have anything to sign with, so.
I could carve it with your horns, just like.
I just sit there and go, Roshi, what is going on?
It appears El Toro has a fan club.
No, really, what's going on?
No, really, they're asking for autographs.
I'm just gonna, I'm
El
gonna
Toro
try and.
is flexing.
I'm gonna try and carve El Toro into a shield with my horn. We may be here a while.
The leader comes over. Come on, fellas, move out of the way.
Oh.
Come on, one of you must have some paint or something. You know, then you can sign things. Come on, be sensible, fellas. And one of them pulls out a thing of, he has got some paints, so you could sign things with. You can paint a signature or something onto things.
slap some paint on your hand, slap your hand onto things.
Smash your head fist into people.
Gather round, Tauromaniacs!
We found the wargamer.
If this was an ECW card, they'd be asking you to beat them off, and they're like, "Oh, you broke my nose! Yay!"
Well, I'm stood in this pub on my own, like, what the fuck is going on?
See, he's one of those. Of course, everyone here knows El Toro. He's one of those brave heroes who helped us bring to justice the traitors.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, no one does. Welcome to the table.
I mean,
Well, Belmont looks at you and basically says, well, it was one of you and your friends who let me know about Rhea's plan.
it was?
Yes. Did you remember? Perhaps you've been doing this wrestling too long, El Toro. He gives you a pat on the shoulder. You and your friends are great heroes.
I'm glad that only El Toro heard this, because this paints me in a very bad light.
Unfortunately, we haven't really got anywhere we can enjoy a good repast. The local tavern is somewhat messy. Me and my men haven't been bothered to clean it up yet. We're just probably gonna burn it down. Stench of traitors and heretics. But you don't know. Well, you know all about that, wouldn't you, El Toro? You helped us defeat them.
Yes, of course. Forgive me, El Toro must have taken a bump on the head.
Well, let's go and find your compatriots. You wouldn't just be here on your own, would you, El Toro?
I came in ahead of them. I'm not sure where they are right now.
Ooh. Well, I'm sure they'll be around here somewhere. Sneaking around.
I'm gonna... I'll check back at the entrance, and I'm gonna try and lead them, like, not, like, close to... I mean, I'm not sure how an ambush would go, but that is the plan.
That's not the plan.
It's the plan as far as I'm aware. I'm just gonna lead them back along the road while signing things, hopefully, and just hope someone comes up with something, because...
Good Lord, Del Toro cannot think on his feet.
Okay, I was ready for, like, them running at me with weapons. I was ready for them running at me with weapons, but not to sign.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting to find a crowd of Tauromaniacs.
Yeah.
It looks like Tauromania ran wild on you.
Yeah. And then, well, so I can hang around and sign stuff for a bit. We can find them later, and I'll just... I mean, this buys time, doesn't it? I'll just do a signing for a bit.
What are you actually
Sandstorm to
signing?
Peacock.
Are you just doing like a little bull symbol or something?
Yeah.
The bull has gone wild. The bull is running.
A sort of stylized bullhorn sort of thing.
Why did El Toro feel the
You
need
could
to go
you
out
could
there?
always
Whatever
teach
it-
people to literally do the like devil horny thing. It's like that's the bull by the horns. That's your little
Yeah, the hand sign.
yeah, like that's your actual gimmick. Doing that.
Yeah.
Well, there's no
Like every
devil,
other
so you know you
Well,
might as well
to be fair-
steal it.
Well, to be fair, every cowboy.
El Toro.
I'm surprised your signature isn't taking a shield and headbutting it until it's got an impression of your face in it.
I mean,
W cannot dent these shields.
No.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. He'll take it away.
Yeah. That's quite a shield you got there.
Olympian craftsmanship.
The Olympian craftsmanship is no match for El Toro. Clonk.
Maybe it is. Clonk.
El Toro will triumph. El Toro has started to forget words.
El Toro cannot feel his legs anymore. But El Toro is sure he will win.
El Toro has found horn on ground that looks a lot like El Toro's.
Oh, God.
Oh. So I'm just going to try and buy time by signing things and mingling with the fans. While
I'm going to give an go round to well, we said behind the pub was the information I got from El Toro was where he was told to retreat to.
Yeah, he's going to be there for a while signing things.
I'm going to walk around the pub and try and give an update to the party as to what the is going on.
We're just having a little meeting out here. What the fuck's going on over there?
a meet and greet, apparently.
And the thing is, of course, I'm invisible turning up to this, so it's just sort of like, okay. I didn't realise El Toro had such a fan club coming out of midair near you. That's the remaining of us.
Well, it feels obvious that this part of the test is to basically see if we can trust each other in the face of them blatantly telling us that one of us is a traitor.
Well, it's saying that El Toro and his friends.
Well, no, they said that one of our party basically has been feeding them information, which seeds the seed of doubt that one of us is a mole.
I think the problem with them saying it's El Toro is he's far too simple to do that.
Yeah, I kind of figured we'd be like, we've literally just had a conversation. Jumanji, there's literally been a conversation with him where he doesn't understand certain concepts. There's also the fact that this is clearly like the bodies have all been dead for a while, but we know that can't have happened. And El Toro is not smart enough to, have planned to betray someone.
That's why I think it's part of a test. Is to see if we're told that there's a traitor, will we start looking for a traitor? The human nature aspect of if you're told something, do you start seeing it, sort of thing. Because technically, what we need to do is have faith that we all are on the same mission, and we wouldn't do that shit. Is what we're looking at, really.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can already think of reasons why, you know, some of us wouldn't have done it, like El Toro. And, well, I know Roshi wouldn't have done it. Honestly, the only variant that I wouldn't know that much is you, because I don't know you enough. Well.
So, where is our remaining compatriot?
That is a very good question. She said meet behind the pub.
Possible she has gone inside?
Possible.
Well, I shall have a look. Just keep an ear out in case, dastardly death, traps, etc., await within. And then I'm going to climb in as well, because I'm assuming I still have invisibility at this point, because I'm assuming an hour hasn't passed.
No, an hour hasn't passed.
I'm sure I'm sure Hawk would give us some knowledge before it fades off. Yeah.
Yeah, though given Ryoshi's level of knowledge of it compared to my own, Ryoshi would certainly do something that would end it early, accidentally, and then it's just sort of, oh, well, I didn't know that would happen.
As you climb into the pub, you realise that just the same as every other place, is full of corpses. All the people you saw the day before they're dead.
All the people. Is that including Rhea?
Yes.
We saw them in here last. So Rhea is dead on the floor in here.
Yes.
Oh, that's not good if this is real. And of course, that's just coming out of midair, and sorry, what's Aria?
Bird, are we going to follow in?
Suppose so. It'll be difficult in heavy armor, but
So I'll push you through the window.
I'd rather you didn't.
I know. It makes you feel about I can't just lift you up and put you down. Like a baby carry you in.
All around the pub, the people you saw the day before are just strewn,
Well,
leaning against the walls.
Well, Perrin's going to make a little, sign, the kind she'd make to, or if she'd seen the dead. I'm not sure what the Japanese one is, but now nothing about this is right.
I'm supposing that this is real.
If this was
someone would have left us an inkling, right?
If this is real, then it would be a worst case scenario.
No, but you'd think Rhea, for example, would have a note on her saying this is real, right? Or it's sprawled in blood across a wall as a last-ditch effort to tell us.
Is there anything around the place that would indicate like a sign or anything? Like, would I have to? I'd have to investigate. Do an investigation.
Well, that's why I moved myself into the room to have a look through the corpses.
Okay, roll perception.
Okay, perception. You could not get any worse. That was a nat 1 for a 5. So yeah, that was. Yeah, I spot nothing. Yeah, I can't spot anything. We'll just say it's over shock of just seeing all of the dead bodies. Sorry, it's hard to focus on anything with a stench in here. Nose is twitching.
Would I have time to? Would I have had time to look through since I've been in here the longest?
Yeah. I'll let you roll with advantage.
16.
Okay. Okay, you can see that there is a body missing.
Hmm?
Someone's not there.
Hans
Is it the
isn't
one?
there.
Is it the one that's
Hans,
supposed to...
Hans isn't there.
Oh, God. He's not still on the beach, though, is he? Because Hans was on the beach.
He was, but then he headed back.
Actually. There's Richter there, because we know that Richter's also head dude over there.
Yeah, Richter's there. The only one missing is Hans.
Welcome back, Phil. Yeah, as you said, he's the only one you can't, from the day before, who's not there. So are you...
Would he
what are
be
you going to
at
do?
the wrestling ring?
Sorry?
Would he probably be at the ring, right?
Well, consider what's in the room here. His wife's body's here. His friends' bodies are here.
I know, maybe
they're all
Hans
dead.
sold them out. Actually, no, I don't believe Hans could sell them out.
No,
I don't think.
No, Hans would never.
Yeah, John G. Hans would just no. Hans would never do that.
Hans is the only person I fully have trust that he wouldn't sell anyone else.
Yeah.
Maybe Hans does not believe me.
Well, we don't know this Hans person very well. What happened to the bull when he confronted? I'm aware these are the Golden Dawn Hawk, right?
Yes, you'd be aware who they were.
Yeah. I assume the bull is dead.
No, he's doing well.
He
What do you mean he's doing well?
He's causing a distraction.
Ow. And why isn't he here? I told you to tell everyone to come back.
It's very difficult to steer him.
According to him, the message he got was come to the back of the pub after distracting them. And also, by the time I was informed of coming back by El Toro, he'd already been spotted. When he's a massive bull man standing out in the middle of the open talking to the air.
I mean, that is a little conspicuous.
Just a little bit.
And why isn't he dead?
That is an excellent question.
From what I overheard, they seem to be under the impression that El Toro and someone else warned them of Rhea's plan in time for them to stop them. Gesturing towards the apparently dead Rhea.
No one can see you gesturing.
Yes, I've forgotten that. I'm still gesturing.
There's a gust of wind as you gesture that we can see what you're doing.
Yeah. Jumanji, I can do that, but I will immediately become visible if I do. But,
well, let's... Over at El Toro... Oh, sorry. Sorry, you were saying?
No, it was... Jumanji, Richter is in this room, isn't he? Richter's corpse.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm going to move over, having realised, move over to Richter's corpse and go. And the leader looks a bit like this one, and gingerly shake its hand, pick up its arm and shake it, so they can see which one I'm referring to. But older. Not sort of father-son, sort of twin would be my guess, but how twins could be years apart, I don't know.
Well, El Toro, let's go and have a drink. I think the pipes and things should still be working in the pub. And my men can clean it up.
Oh, no, but it's a nice day. Did anyone not get an autograph? Anyone?
Oh no, we're fine now. Let's head on in.
You sure someone wouldn't rather have a playful old wrestle with El Toro? I can get in the ring with any one of you.
Oh no, not right now. Let's go and my men were just having lunch, and as I said, if we quickly clear out the corpses, Even if we just dump them outside, it'd be better.
Well, as we're already about halfway there, I'm just going to go, all right then, and then say very loudly, to the pub then! As like, and hope they heard me.
From outside, you can hear the distinctive clanking of very armoured troops.
Now we have two options here. We hide. Actually, no, three options. We hide, we face them, or we play dead.
I'm convinced this is a test. Maybe we should just sit here and see what happens. As I do not believe El Toro is smart enough to betray us to the Golden Dawn, and I do not believe the Golden Dawn would leave him alive.
Those are both very good points.
And I believe Raya's corpse here is an anomaly that shouldn't be here.
Whichever one you choose it fast. I doubt we've got more than a few seconds.
The first guy walks in, sees Prozik's body, and drags his body outside.
Prozik!
Next is Brunhilde being dragged out. Then Caesar. This one's going to be a bit of an emotional one for him. Agatus.
I feel like that would be difficult to drag out.
Yeah, there's several of them
It's got like
dragging her.
that's like a three-man job, isn't it?
Are they just ignoring us?
Yes, apparently so.
Yes.
I'm not used to being ignored. But...
Agatus' sister, Debbie. No, not Debbie. Karen. And Richter.
That's the biggest insult of all, that they're ignoring her. That's the thing driving her mad the most.
And Topaz. And the two succubi. And Grandma. And Francesca. And Rhea, which is somewhat easier. And the giant Taddy. The guards then walk in en masse. And Belmont walks in. And
now this is going to be really interesting, because I'm pretty sure those two have had problems before.
Wait, which two?
You and him.
He doesn't know me, but we don't know each other personally.
But you know of him.
He's going to know of you because of your curse. It's like, there was a woman that we couldn't take our eyes off. Yeah, I know that one.
I know of him. I have a distinct hatred for him.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to be interesting.
So the rest of your friends are here, El Toro. Are you not coming in to join us?
I'm gonna just nonchalantly, well, not nonchalantly, I'm just going to quietly shuffle in. Still don't quite know what to make of this whole situation.
Well, seeing that your lover is... You literally just walked past her corpse.
But you're right, he does not know the person in question.
I mean, you know, we had a time. It was...
It
Yeah,
was
I'm
a
just
magical,
saying, it's
blooming
like...
time.
Okay.
Well, it looks like the rest of your team's here, El Toro. That's good. Come on, guys. Everyone in. Drinks all around. The troops all file in.
El Toro was visibly very uncomfortable and twitchy.
And confused.
Yeah. Although I think he was around when you were talking about how this couldn't possibly be actually happening with the time frame that we've been here. So...
Yeah, but you also there when I said we could have been shunted forward like 2 weeks, so it's purely possible that this is real.
I mean, your friends helped us out so much.
As he's behind me, I'm gonna just sort of...
You're all heroes of the Golden Dawn.
I'm just gonna peek out from behind him and shrug as if to say, what's he talking about? To...
Oh, surely you're mistaken.
Oh, no,
The
no.
Golden Dawn, indeed.
You provided us with crucial information. Otherwise, we wouldn't have known to come back here.
And pray tell, what information was it my team provided you?
Well, all about Rhea's plan to subtly undermine my position and my allies. Hephaestus and the others would have been very upset.
Of course. And what was Hephaestus's dealings with this again? I forget what that miserable coot wants to gain from such an alliance.
Oh, he gained a few things he wanted. And you all gained what you were after, not those trinkets that Rhea promised you.
Well, as you did not address me correctly when you entered the room, I have not achieved what I sought to gain out of this, Lord Belmont. Or you would have been bowing, calling me Empress.
No. You... are not Empress yet. You will be. But not yet. Yours was a little more complicated, as you couldn't really be an empress in my kingdom. Not until I'd relieved myself of the position. But as a mortal, compared to you, you only have a few more years to wait. And then my
I have my
kingdom
own
is
kingdom
yours.
to build.
As you are my lawful heir. Your contract was met.
You could always marry her, of course, and she'd be the queen, and you'd be the emperor. And...
Well, it would only save her a couple of years. This Richter is actually quite old.
Is he noticeably is he substantially older than? Because I would have heard, like, I don't know who. I wouldn't have heard who he
Remember,
is.
he
as
was
he's still
about
pointing
20 or
himself in
30
the-
years older than the current
No,
Richter.
I'm trying to take the information I have, not the information I had before.
Okay, he is 60 plus.
Yeah, but again, you said this guy was very mysterious and kept very much the shadows to the point where it was hard
Oh
to
yeah, but
figure out who the Golden Dawn leader is.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're seeing his he has basically, he's not wearing a helmet, so you can see what he looks like.
But he's older than rumors would lead to believe.
Yeah. But that wouldn't be
Shocking.
yeah, that wouldn't be shocking because you would only have basic hammered coins, so they wouldn't have a perfect imprint of him.
Did Richter look substantially older than he should?
No. He looked the same as he did when you saw him the day before.
I think I know what the test is.
A test indeed.
No, I'm not. That was a Jumanji.
You
Sorry.
forgot to Jumanji that.
And I wasn't speaking. I wasn't speaking in my monotone voice either. Sorry, that was a Jumanji. I think I testers.
Okay,
Jumanji said why? It's a rat. Jumanji, it's a rat's tail.
Is it a rat's tail? Anyone got one?
Okay, all right. Tell me, Lord Belmont, do you really think me and my group would betray Rhea to you just because you promised us what we wanted?
Oh yes.
I think you underestimate us a little too much. I'm going to look over everyone I can see. I'm going to look over everyone I can see in this room with the trying to get across the would you really betray Rhea to this asshole look that I can give.
You mean confused or hey, are you for bitch? Is it the bitch for real face?
Yeah, it's kind of the bitch.
You know the one with the eyebrow slightly up, like I'm not believing any of this shit kind of thing, or is it just a whole don't come on guys?
No, I think you're full of lies. I'm aware of the Golden Dawn's reputation, and I know that selling Rhea out to you would benefit us none. Because you would never give up your kingdom, and you would never put me in charge of it.
Why wouldn't I? As I said, you've already proved to be useful allies.
Because you were a spiteful
your
little
friend?
man with a large ego.
Even your friend El Toro here. The troops love him.
Can I make an insight check? Can I make an insight check with the knowledge I have? Because I don't believe this is how this asshole would react. Because I'm pretty sure his reputation is that of a tyrant and an absolute dick.
Yeah, Jumanji, I never imagined Belmont to suffer someone like El Toro to exist in his presence.
Yeah, this kind of does not line up with anything I've heard about him. I would imagine.
Yeah, but he could be under new orders.
That's why it took me by surprise so much.
No, again, remember, like his reputation is he does not take orders. He wants to put. Again, I am trying to go off the non-metagaming what I would assume I'd know about him. His reputation is he's going to topple everything and put himself on top because he's an arrogant egotist.
Fortunately, I don't know shit about this guy.
Nor do I.
But again, I am trying desperately not to draw knowledge from the other campaign I'm meeting this people. So I am trying to figure out what I would know from of looking into the Golden Dawn.
Well, I think you would know, like, of the Golden Dawn as an institution, and would therefore find it unlikely that they'd, ally with such a disparate band of beings.
There is one thing though, and he has actually given you the reason, which would make sense to you. It's a simple thing: bread and circuses.
Yeah, but would it make sense?
No.
It's
the El Toro is popular with the masses. So therefore, having El Toro in your pocket is, it gives people less reason to fight you.
What I'm angling at is less El Toro's involved. I don't believe he would ever sign away his kingdom.
What, when he dies?
I know he's got a good reason. I don't think he would ever do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna die soon.
Yeah, but he seems like the kind of guy who would be trying to achieve the same thing I am, which would be to not die. I don't think he would sign over his kingdom and be willing to let it go. I think he would be striving to find immortality. That's a lot of conjecture on my part, I'm aware, but...
Well, as I said, if you want to insight him...
I will insight him. Ooh, 17.
No, you do believe him. He comes across as genuine.
I find this fast very tiresome. As I myself know for a solid fact, I would never have betrayed Rhea. To you, especially.
Why wouldn't you?
Because little means more to me in this world than my word. Yes.
Like I said, she was
yes,
using
she was.
you.
Of course she was.
And it turned out that me and my allies had more to offer than her hollow promises. She couldn't back it up.
Well, I'm just going to walk up to him and tell me, little mortal, to stop me taking my empire now.
Sorry?
Sorry, Ollie just messaged me with what I assume is a Kevin Dunn reference.
It was a Kevin Dunn joke. I didn't want to interrupt.
Okay. Sorry, yeah, I thought the exact same thing, funnily enough. So it's in reference to Alex going, I find tiresome.
It's just something you said
your lack of faith.
It's nothing against you, by the way, Alex. It's actually kind of funny. I find you tiresome.
He said that to Jim Cornette once, and it resulted in a bit of a rant.
I'm crying. Okay, so right, so we've established she doesn't believe this whole Belmont thing. But Jumanji, just throwing it out there, even if there are the illusion, even if it is an illusion, of course the illusion's going to believe it. The illusion's meant to. It's meant to be an illusion. They're going to feel act genuine. I don't think there was an insight thing you could have won.
Well, tell me, tiny mortal, what has stop taking my empire now?
There's a okay. Lena, can you give me a perception check?
I can try. 14.
Unfortunately, no. You get grabbed from behind.
Ah! Dude, you need to buy me a drink first.
Oh no!
You'll hear me?
Spawns.
Weapons down, or I kill the traitor. No, that's not Hans. No. Hans believes in you.
Oh yeah, put the traitor down.
Yeah, sorry, I had to pitch it down a little.
Yeah, put the weapons down.
Weapons down. He's become a bit like
down.
Arnold.
I mean,
weapons down.
Put the
Get down. Weapons down.
Put the weapons down.
I snapped the traitor's throat.
I would sincerely like to know which one of us you consider a traitor. I do not believe a single one of us would betray.
I believe you all betrayed us.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
Well, let me ask a question to my group. Which one of you would honestly sell Rhea out for greater gain?
Considering I didn't actually want anything for coming here. Nothing.
For El Toro, there is no greater glory than the world's first world championship.
I'm sorry,
and we gave you it. We gave you what Rhea could not.
Yeah.
You see, Richter, Hans, you refer to these as traitors. They did not betray you. You believed the wrong person. Rhea never believed in you or them or any of you. She was just frittering away your lives. Broken promises. Just like she did in my world. You forget, I've known her far longer than you. In this world, I just got ahead of her. Ended her.
I am so fucking tempted to lance this asshole in the face.
Well, I would.
It's
well,
really starting to piss me off.
Well, I wouldn't have betrayed. I couldn't bring myself to betray someone who's put their trust in me like Rhea. So I don't even remember doing such a thing. I could never do such a thing to the people who've been so kind to me in this village.
Here's the interesting one. I'm gonna have to ask. Hans, do you trust Rhea?
I did.
Hawk trying to figure.
until the end.
Right, well,
when
Rhea
she
trusts
turned
us.
on us to try and save herself.
That doesn't sound like the Rhea we've met.
And so, well, Rhea trusts us. So the question is, Hans, how do you feel about us?
You're naive. You don't understand what happened. You see, when
What
the
do you
Golden
mean,
Dawn
your
came to
world?
the village for the second time, Rhea escalated the war. She felt she had no choice. Zeus and the others laid waste to the world, trying to find Anthos. But by this point they were ready. Hephaestus and others turned this into a war between gods. There's nothing left out there. Nothing. Most of it's gone.
Huh.
This is one of the few places
So-
that you can still live.
So this is what happens if we fail in our task.
Mm-hmm.
What a horrible and senseless world this is.
Well, I can assure you, I would never fail in my task or betray Rhea to this asshole.
I have a way.
I'm
to
gonna stick a
prove-
lance in his face. Fuck it.
Well, I have a way to prove that our entire party wouldn't do it. Zone of truth, the entire group.
You must not have a very high opinion of El Toro if you think he would take the easy way out to win his title.
Oh, you did take the easy way out. You took the traitor's way out. You all did. We
You're
did.
mistaken, Hans. We would never.
We avenged our fallen comrades. We killed Rhea.
See, I don't buy this for a second.
No, I'm like,
those two over there would end themselves if they do that.
my character hasn't bought this from the moment that fucking Belmont told me I was working with him.
We don't have a word for that. We don't even have a word for betrayal.
Any one of you, do you think my character would bow and scrape to this fucker?
Nope.
That's why I said, like Jumanji. El Toro, I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way. El Toro isn't smart enough and seems too high on glory to do such a thing, so he's completely out of it. Roshi and me are from cultures where we would literally commit seppuku before betrayal because it's one of the biggest insults, especially after you've heard us on the beach going on about honor.
I'm far too arrogant.
You are an arrogant, self-centered narcissist. You're not going to do it. You've already got your means to do it, and you wouldn't take the easy way out because, in a way, that kind of proved. If you did take the cheap way out, that kind of cheapens whatever you got, and you seem like the kind of character that wants to prove, well, I can do it, and I will prove I can do it. You don't live on a whole, oh, well, I could have done it, but I just took the easy way out. That doesn't sound like your character.
No.
And again, the only one is Trigger's character, which I don't know too much about. So,
Well, no, but the thing is, we literally are based on protecting our thing. They can't betray each other, or it would have collapsed hundreds of years ago.
Also, this might be a bit of metagaming knowledge, but her character's entire goal is to collect heroes to mate with. There are no heroes in the world.
Yeah, exactly. This completely would negate what I'm doing.
yeah, so again, not all of us know we wouldn't do it. But if Hans needs proof that we didn't do it, I can cast Zone of Truth.
Well, as I said, I'm going to say Rhea, do you really think we would betray you? I'm going to lance this fucker in the face. I do not care. I'm going to lance him. I probably will die for this, but I'm going to do it.
And to be fair, I prefer to go down fighting and
But
believe anyone in this party would betray us. I prefer to go down fighting at this point.
Rhea, do you think me or anyone under my command would betray you? And I'm going to put a lance into his face.
The moment he does that, I'm going to grab the guy to my right and sort of spine buster him through the table he's standing
Oh,
on.
wait, if we're all going to go at once, I literally pull both scimitars and just cross-chop this guy's head that's in front of me, just at the neck, just...
Well, at least we're all in agreement. If we're going to go down,
just
we're going to go
all
down
at the same time, just... Well, 1, 2, 3, everyone just go...
Through the table.
I just Roshi's just standing there visibly going, I'm good.
Oh no, I had a plan, but admittedly, lancing through the face does put a slight crimp in that plan. Because I would.
You could try and lift this shield off him if you want. You're invisible.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll take that. No, that's not for you.
Or I could just try and pressure point him from
Yeah,
invisibility.
you could stun and strike him in the spine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you all plan your attack.
Put a lance into his face.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think I'm getting to Belmont, so.
Well, no, I meant just your first attack.
There's too
So
much.
you're going to slam that rifleman down through the table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Double A spine buster.
Okay. Okay, so what's everyone else doing? So that's one of you.
Yeah, I'm going to double scimitar this guy's throat from behind.
Okay. Just lance into Belmont.
Yeah, I am putting my spear through his face.
Okay.
As she starts moving, I'm going to try and stun him in place so that he can't get out of the way and can't move the shield into the way.
Yep. And Mura?
I believe. Well, see, I can't see on the thing who's closest to me, but
There's a guy
Take out hands.
in range of you.
Right.
sorry, I couldn't hear you, Hawk. What?
There's a guy not directly in front of you, but like to your 1 o'clock.
Okay, then I guess I'm swinging my short sword at him.
Okay. So El Toro grabs the guy completely by surprise and slams him through the table.
I like to think it's a choke. It just choke slams him through the table.
Yeah,
It's a double A spine buster, so
so he just crashes straight through the table.
not only that, the way he'd do it as well, I mean, he can't get his arms down to protect himself. So
As at the same time, that's when Ryoshi hits the pressure point on Richter, on Belmont, I mean, and then just after, the two blades go through the guy's neck, and the spear goes into Belmont's face. As that happens, Belmont looks towards her. The spear seems to slow down as it goes in, and his face distorts.
oh god, he's a shadow person.
As it goes in. And he goes, "You really thought that would work?"
No, honestly, I did not. But I'd rather die fighting for what I believe in than die a traitor.
the same sort of distortion happens around the guy's neck. It just seems to distort as the blades go through. You would really rather die. The riflemen open fire and shoot down Hans. Like him.
No, Hans.
Hans!
Empire built up, an empire not built on me keeping my word and built on treachery is worth nothing. I will not build my empire to be full of lies. That's what I rebel against.
And that's when there is a huge flash of light.
Oh god, I'm blind! My eyes!
Yeah. And in between the flash, somewhere, is Hans in a Playgirl magazine. Yeah, Jesus.
And all the guards disappear. And on the table, Rhea appears.
Lady Rhea.
Amusing trick.
Ah.
You didn't really think any of us would betray you
Gabba,
for
gabba.
our own spoiled
Gabba.
needs.
Gabba, gabba. Gabba, gabba, gabba. So humble, isn't she?
Yep.
Simpleton.
Ah, Lady Rhea. It's great to see you alive.
Takes
Have
the
to admit,
amulet
just-
off. Damn stupid thing. I always forget to take this thing off.
I am the most humble.
Even though they were illusions, it's still sickening.
Well, of course.
Seriously, I thought you'd make this. I thought you'd make the traitor trial harder. You really think I would betray anything to him?
I don't think that was the point. I don't think that was the point.
Oh, I know what the point was.
I think it was. I think this was one of those trials that served a multiple meanings.
El Toro has decided, I do not like gods.
Oh, I'm part
Everything
of
is so
You did well, El Toro. You didn't try and pick a fight with those guys. Yeah, you did.
El Toro was
Yeah.
going to, and then they wanted autographs.
Yeah. You could have picked a fight with them still when that happened. You did pretty well keeping cool in that regard.
He is
Yeah,
smart
an
enough to
impressive
know the
amount of
brand
restraint.
changes.
An impressive amount of restraint for you, El Toro.
So you're learning.
Although, going up there and not obeying the command was a problem.
I thought that was the command.
I'm just gonna look at Lena.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Of course not.
Come on over, all
notes
of
for the
you.
rest
Let's discuss this.
Toro, if it makes you feel any better, it was the command. You just don't know which leader you were following.
Including you, fisherman. I can see you over there.
Well, he's visible now. He punched someone.
Yeah, he punched somebody who's visible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then. She's gonna. Okay, Perrin's gonna take a little seat. She's a little bit shaken from seeing the corpses, even though she knew they weren't real.
Oh, they were real. What makes you think that they weren't real?
The fact that they've disappeared?
Do you think I can't make corpses?
I will confess that I'm not familiar with all of your powers, Lady Rhea. So...
Piss her off. Bet she'll make a corpse quickly.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I don't really... I confess I'm not familiar with any of your powers or your abilities, Lady Rhea, so I suppose you making a corpse is, well, not completely out of the question. Still, seeing everybody who was nice to me, especially the bakers, the baker lady, was harrowing.
Hmm.
They are alive, though,
Oh, yes. Yes.
aren't they?
Very much so. Yes.
Good.
Yeah, cheeky boy. Yeah, cheeky boy. She gives you the wink.
Yes, okay, Toro, your future wife is safe.
El Toro doesn't know what you're talking about.
Mm.
Kimberly.
Yeah, I don't think there is a. I think it's because you know, El Toro likes matches. You know, likes wrestling, like a lot of the people in the village here. But I don't even think in this village there is a bun in the oven match.
I'm only familiar with sumo. I'm not familiar with this stipulation-based wrestling you speak of.
Before we get off topic,
I bet she's had a baker's dozen match though.
You get a. She turns to you, gives you a smirk and a little nod.
Some bad cutting words right there, young lady.
Yes, off topic. Right. So, how do you think you did?
Well, with the Wolfman, I believe I messed up.
You
I'll
weren't
say
supposed to do anything to him.
Oh, well, I might have made things worse. I sobered him up.
Maybe. He's more of a mess when he's sober, and you kind of annoyed him, sobering him up. It takes a lot to get a werewolf drunk.
I do apologise. I honestly thought I was helping him out.
As you get older.
I think Ryoshi did
Resistance to
exceptionally well
poison.
in the first trial.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes. Ryoshi did amazingly well.
I think El Toro...
It's incredibly unpleasant.
I don't think El Toro did very well in the second trial, but I think he did well in the third trial.
He did.
I'm just glad we were able to stop.
And he didn't attempt even to break his honor and resist, which, you know, I applaud. Did you kept to your morals. As for the second test, that wasn't a test of El Toro. That was a test for the rest of you. And I'm sorry, El Toro,
I failed to keep the first.
That we had to wind you up like that. Wasn't fair on you.
I wasn't quick enough to save the first goblin, unfortunately.
But we were able to disarm El Toro before he could cause any more damage. I believe that's the only thing I managed to do in all of the trials.
But you did see through his disguise. Because it is very likely that he's involved. This is one of those mysteries where Ares could be involved in this. And now you know what his playbook's like. And who he'd more likely go after. So, of course, this is fair warning to you, El Toro. People will try to exploit you.
El Toro was not even aware that was a thing that could happen.
Mm.
Well, now you are. Consider yourself better educated.
Again, El Toro, I'll keep an eye on you.
Mm.
Well, that's the
You've
point.
got to keep an eye on each other.
Now, in future knowledge, El Toro, if I try and blind you, voluntarily fail the roll.
Although I would like to ask something right now. This only works if we have one leader, not two people trying to pull the strings. It confuses things and causes problems.
Well, leadership is up to you. As a group, you must decide who your leader will be. There are 5 of you, an odd number.
Personally, I think I would make the best leader. I have the most experience leading and the most tactical experience. I'm not, but I am quite pleased to say that your individual expertises and insights are very helpful to things I am lacking. So as a leader, I would be relying on your input heavily. I wouldn't
Would anyone else
needlessly
like...
discard your opinions.
Would anyone else...
El Toro is more of an enforcer.
Would anyone else like to throw their hat into the ring?
I'd like to put a name forward. I think Roshi's the only person here that's shown the resolve to actually lead.
An interesting idea.
His resolve isn't questionable, but it takes more than resolve to be a decent leader.
I am not suited to the leadership. I have generally have been more on my own or worked for most of my life or worked under others. Leadership has not been one of my skills as such.
Well, I shall let you decide. Roshi has been nominated, so... And they say the great leaders tend to have power thrust upon them, so I'll let you as a party decide. Ryoshi or Aria? So who? I'm trying to think. How should we do this? Just
Well,
type
the
it into the
interesting
Discord.
thing is, it's those two on that side of the table, and the three of us on this side have to make the decision.
Well, no, everyone gets a vote.
So, well, no,
So
I
there's
was
going to be
just
5
thinking, 'cause
votes.
technically, it'd be literally. Would it not be us three voting for those two? Because you can't really vote for yourself.
Well, naturally, I would vote for myself.
Yeah, you'd vote for yourself. Roshi would just try and skip out and not vote for himself.
No, Roshi wouldn't vote for himself.
Yeah, so,
Right.
so you'd vote for her,
Yeah.
but that negates the having it thrust upon you sort of thing.
Well,
Well, again, my character's already had
Well, I've put a thing in the chat.
leadership thrust upon her. It's
You could always decide it in the ring.
Oh, that'd be interesting. We just let them fight it out.
anyone. Well, let me ask you. Let me put it this way: does anyone have a reason I shouldn't lead? And please be forthcoming with your reasons.
I do. My stance on anything is that leadership isn't something that you can just be given; it's something you grow into. It's something you figure out. You figure out over time. As you said, there are many facets to being a leader, but again,
None of my actions spark any.
Can I finish? I say Ryoshi has shown doesn't want the mantle, which by some logic sometimes say he's destined to sometimes have it, but if he's unwilling, then that's not something that can be forced upon him. Likewise, whoever has the mantle of leader takes on the responsibility, and that includes the failures. It's a big responsibility if you want it. But if you have the experience, then that does
And
put
I
you
already
forward.
admitted my failure with the goblin.
Look, I don't think I did well on the trials either, so kind of
I
in the
think you
same
did
boat.
a bad job.
All
Corin, think you are being hard on yourself. You
I
made the
did.
tactical decision to disarm.
That's all I did, though. That's all I
but
did.
it was a smart, calculated decision which could have helped save many lives. It was not something to be ignored.
Perhaps, but still, it's hard. I know it's wrong to compare myself to others, but it's hard not to admire what Ryoshi did.
The point is not to demolish or put down each other. It's to build each other up. I believe we all had problems and all did well in certain regards.
Well,
The point of the team is to leverage our strengths and weaknesses together.
That's true. Well, while I have you all here, I suppose it's probably appropriate. So I'm just gonna pull out a bunch of the stuff I got from the bakery yesterday. Giving obviously the biggest thing to El Toro. And I wasn't sure what anyone would like, but in my culture it's appropriate to give gifts to one's teammate, friends and colleagues. Especially when we're...
Sniffs it. What is this?
Well, with you, I wasn't actually sure what to get you, but with your size, I got you a bit of bread, and I also got these little, I believe she called them fairy cakes. So, hopefully you like them. They've apparently got cream and things in.
The most appropriate dessert for El Toro would be a cream horn.
Cakes with little wings on them.
Made with real fairies.
I was going to make that joke. You beat me by 1 second.
Well, everyone gets something, with the exception of El Toro, who gets a load because of how fucking big he is.
Thank you.
Think about El Toro's tiny.
El Toro thanks you.
I'm glad you approve.
How tall is El Toro?
Actually, not like that much taller than a human. I think.
Yeah, but you've got to have some bulk, is what I mean.
I'd probably outbulk him.
But he's a
doubt
bull,
it.
for all I know. Bulk. Again, we didn't really establish how big each other was, so yeah.
Plus, he is a labyrinth-based minotaur, but he isn't the Creation bull. The creation
Yeah.
the Creation
Reasonable.
minotaur. Because that one's
I
dead.
was worried you.
I was put there to replace him.
Yes,
to be fair, I'm
which
just
means
glad he
you
didn't.
probably, which means your parents are probably the same.
I'm just glad he didn't end up with the personality of the Bat Dad.
I am the Bat Dad.
No,
El
'cause then
Toro knows no fear. El Toro knows no afraid.
yeah, that's all we need is you running around in just your underwear, drinking and picking fights with other dads.
Well, we got 2
The
votes.
sad thing is that, of course, in that scenario, Algartus isn't going to tell you to can't just sit down and watch the game. He's going to be like, "Go on, bray him again." Sorry, I've gotten used to the fact that Northerners can't say hit him, just smack him one. They have to say bray him.
Lamp him.
Yeah, there's that too. I didn't have a lamp.
3 votes. 2 to go.
When you're a clown, nobody takes this area there.
It's on the disc. It's on the channel on the Discord.
Discord, whatever will we do?
You know something, Jim? I find you tiresome. Bucky Beaver, motherfucker.
So whoever the last 2 are, hurry up and get on with it.
Oh,
You know, he did actually go off and cry after that. A 47-year-old man crying because someone made fun of his teeth in a production meeting.
Yeah, that's like we've got to be thankful El Toro is as eloquent as he actually is, because he's not going to have many long conversations in his path.
Oh no, that's why Purim was a bit concerned as to how he'd feel about things, because he's been in that labyrinth for so long. Social interaction is not his thing, and we're basically dealing with a bull that's like Macho Man Randy Savage combined with Hulk Hogan.
Okay, one person's left.
The only thing we have to
I
worry
think it's
about.
Mora.
No, I've already made my vote. The only thing we can hope for is that he hasn't got the arrogance of Hogan or the paranoia of Savage. Hopefully, he will learn the eloquent speaking stylings of Psycho Sid.
Okay, there's still one person to vote.
I know. Come on.
I'm really curious on how I size up to El Toro now.
Oh God, we're gonna have a weigh-in in the ring.
exhibition match,
No, just height and body wise.
Height and weight.
Yeah.
6 foot.
I think I have the
6 foot
stats
6 angry
somewhere.
and mean and living, breathing war machine.
Okay, I know who it is who hasn't voted.
Because you got to remember, you got to take the horns into account.
Yeah, but you can also become giant.
It's Murgy
It
who
doesn't
hasn't
change my
voted.
size.
Oh, Dan, you have the deciding vote, I think.
Does it change my size?
Sure, I voted a while ago.
In the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he has.
No, I did it. It just apparently didn't go through. Sorry
Okay,
about that.
Aria wins 60-40.
60-40 to Raymond.
Hey, thank you for the confidence, but not the character.
Well, I hope there will be no hard feelings in this decision.
It's not.
This only works. This only works if we are all in agreement.
El Toro is just here to protect you. It makes little difference to me who is in charge.
He's just there to protect you. He can't fight a war for you.
Don't tell El Toro what he can't do. I can fight plenty of wars.
Sorry, I'm just imagining the thing when Galvatron goes to that pacifist planet and starts shooting them. Before society can go forward, we must all agree on the rules. Democracy works.
So, you've picked your leader. Well, after a night's rest, you'll be heading to
You know, not to undermine this, Rhea, but I thought you said there would be 4 trials. Did I miss one?
This was 2. You didn't turn on each other. You didn't betray each other.
The faith we showed in each other was the trial.
Yeah, that's what I meant by it was a bit.
That's what I said outside.
Yeah, it's to see if we'd turn on each other for one thing, and if we could see if it was fake. So I believe you could just say if it was a test of faith.
More a test of trust. But...
Test of trust. It's better than the test of the flagon.
Drink the flagon.
Yeah, that's more a Richter trial.
I mean, how much does it take to get a bull drunk?
I don't know. We should test that. I'll go get the barrel.
Well, as I said, you'll travel to your new base in the morning. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you. I think that's pretty much everything. You've got one night to yourselves before
Beware the eyes of March.
So make whatever peace you want to, because you won't be coming back here for a long time. Oh, I better actually bring the villagers back.
Yeah, because there's something I want to do with El Toro before we leave. If this is going to be our last night here.
Is it a fight?
No, it's more she wants to actually learn about the wrestling from him and maybe teach him sumo because he looks perfect for it.
I'd also tell Hans his acting was terrible.
That's more on you than him.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
I'm not an actor.
I'm not the heel.
I'm a good guy. I am good Hans. I've never gone bad Hans. Apart from that one time, he got in the ring and he leg dropped Paul Orndorff.
Oh,
And he had like a black shirt on.
Just take the compliment for what it is, love.
There was Super Hans.
Oh, they don't know that.
Here's the question: do we want to see me take on the bull?
Look, remember, Super Hans has gone the way of the Benoit. El Toro, could we talk for a bit before we sojourn for the evening?
The Garters immediately is pottering up to him.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Round two.
What's on your mind, little rabbit?
Well, I want to. You claim to be a wrestler, and well, in my country we only have sumo wrestling. But well, I'd like to learn about what your wrestling is, like how it differs from mine.
I see.
I think he did enough wrestling last night with the Gartus.
You should watch.
Well, I see a ring out there. I could show you the basics, so to speak.
I'd like that.
I'll just offer to fight him if you want me to fight him.
It's not fighting though; it's demonstration.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a demonstration of me hitting you in the head.
One match at a time. You can run the gauntlet later.
That's when the Gartus like strokes his shoulders and. Big, nice shoulders.
I mean, I've been trying to kill Arturo all day. I shot him earlier.
There's going to be a match.
Oh God! Oh, I'm gonna get all the orcs and goblins and shit.
You want to go one-on-one with El Toro?
Well, I can give it a try.
Okay, let's head over there then.
Oh God, there's gonna be a lot of strength checks, aren't there?
Well, Gartus is coming anyway because, she isn't going to leave her main.
Yeah, she kind of has to.
Fight the bull. Fight the bull.
Now, there are different match types that one could have, but the basic principle is to either pin your opponent's shoulders to the mat for the referee's count of 3, or force them to submit, which they would indicate in whatever way they are able to.
I see. So submit. So forcing them to submit. I see. And there's grappling involved.
Yeah, it's a big part of it. Yeah.
In sumo, we have a thing where our entire thing is to push each other out of the ring.
Oh, like an over-the-top rope. Yeah, we have that too.
We don't have rope so much. It's more a flat platform. We kind of salt the outside of the area, ceremonially. We just kind of strip down to our fudioshis and just, push into each other. And there's the occasional flip. You can't really, throw them overhead, but you can, flip them right over.
What the fuck is a shiriomi?
A fudioshi. It's the kind of it's the. I'm trying to think the best way to put it. Kind of in those days, they wouldn't have had the sumo thong, so it would have been more like the thing that's like a loincloth.
We have got to take you shopping.
Well, yeah, obviously.
If that is what you're wearing, we need to take you shopping.
The laundry basket Ronin ran around in what?
Oh God, that has got to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, well, he also wore a laundry basket on his head.
Yeah.
The basket wearing samurai of Assassin Sunday.
What? Lord Baskethead, we called him.
Yes.
I don't suppose, El Toro, since we're in the ring, you wouldn't mind a little grapple game?
Sure thing. El Toro can humor you.
She's just going to take her armor off and go down into, basically her skivvies.
Okay, so is this a competing strength checks?
I think since we'd be locking up, that the lockup is very similar. Although, as El Toro, you're more likely going to go on top, whereas she does sumo, so she's going to go lower and try and grab your hips more than anything else.
Yeah.
I feel like in this case the rabbit should go on top.
Of course you do. Okay, so
Size-wise, it doesn't make much sense
Yeah, I
the
know,
other way
I know.
around.
I know.
So, do we both roll strength checks?
Okay.
Or...
Yeah, could roll them against each other. Well, you're
Alright.
definitely winning this one. I got a 7.
8 for 13.
Damn. Yeah, you've definitely got me.
See, and okay, and see, right. This is what's known as a hammerlock.
Okay, then I guess I could roll. Theoretically, I could roll a dexterity to roll out of it or try to reverse it. Okay, I'm gonna roll a dexterity for 17.
Yeah, I'm imagining you doing that thing where they grab the ropes and flip over to reverse the arm twisting.
Yeah, get you back
No,
into a hammerhead.
Didn't we work out that El Toro's grapple is a 16, isn't it?
Yeah.
A 16 to beat to get out of it.
Yeah. So it was his strength plus proficiency plus something else, wasn't it?
So
Good,
yeah, you are
but
out.
remember, remember, it only takes 3 seconds to win if you can just get the shoulders on the mat.
Okay, then I guess so. Shoulders to the mat, you say?
Yeah, and
Okay,
you have to
then-
cover them.
Okay. Rolling a 15 strength to try and slip a hand between his thighs to roll him up.
It's the weirdest shit you'd ever see.
Okay, do I roll something to counter that, or
It'd be, I guess, theoretically, I think, knowing wrestling, it'd be strength because it's your leg strength that'd be trying to stop
Yeah.
you from pulling you down.
It'd
And
be another grapple, wouldn't it? It'd be a reversed grapple. So
would it be a strength check, or is as I'm on the defensive, would that make it a saving throw?
So you need.
Theoretically, I think it'd be a saving throw because you're trying to stop me from pulling you down.
No, it would still be a strength athletics because it's
Yeah,
grappling.
so you've got to beat her 16 as well.
Yeah.
Oh no, is it 16 or 4 or 17?
So is it strength or athletics?
Is her 17?
It's 8 plus
No.
proficiency plus strength modifier.
Okay, so 15.
Give it. Do I roll strength or athletics? I heard both back there.
No, it's a strength athletics. It's the same thing.
So
Oh, so it's an athletics check.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Dirty 21.
yeah, okay, yeah, you definitely stopped me there.
And I'm just
Yeah.
gonna roll through, and it's like, you got the right idea, but I don't think you got the size to pull that on El Toro.
Ah. Well, I think I'm getting okay. I'm gonna go for something very stupid here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and backdrop him.
That would
For
require
one
you
sub-
to lift me.
for a dirty 20.
Oh. So you're just gonna like, right? So you're
Yeah,
going
I'm
to
literally gonna.
so a backdrop. So like, is that like? Are you doing a Samoan drop or a no? You're putting your
A backdrop would be like I'm holding the back of your leg with one leg, but I'm literally lifting you while probably supporting an arm or something to fall back. Think of it like not quite an angle slam.
Oh yeah. I know the one.
So again, the athletics check to get out of it again.
Athletics check and 27.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that thing where you just sort of you go into the slam, but you sort of push out of it, and I land on my feet.
Well, I just imagine in the cartoon style thing where you've got him and you're trying to move him, but it's just a brick wall. You're like, nope.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay.
Oh.
Oh,
This is
you're just
the
gonna go like
weirdest.
applause?
This visualizing this is like the weirdest thing. The freaking bunny
Okay.
versus a minotaur
Oh,
wrestling.
yeah. Okay.
And-
Ollie?
All right, I'm gonna try and just sort of like quickly roll her up for the win.
Why roll in athletics against her?
Oh, he's got to hit you first.
Okay.
So is that a strength check?
So an unarmed attack to hit,
Yeah.
Unarmed attack. Okay.
but it's her without any armor, so this gonna probably hit.
21.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Yeah, you're gonna hit that.
Right, so now it's the strength athletics check to save to get out of it again.
Yeah, that's a 16. I'm not
Yeah,
getting out of it.
no, that's what you needed.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
So you kick out at 2.
Okay, then I'm gonna just for shits and giggles. I'm gonna see if I can pull off a Hurricane Rana.
Okay, let's do.
Shall we call that athletics? Since
Well, no,
it's, you know-
that's a roll to hit again to grapple.
Okay,
Yeah.
so strength.
Yeah, so unarmed strike.
Unarmed
it's
strike.
it's an
unarmed
attack
strike.
roll.
Okay,
Yeah, an attack
okay,
roll.
Okay,
Yeah,
unarmed,
that's a miss.
unarmed strike. Okay, well, yeah, that's definitely a miss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a miss.
yeah, that's definitely a miss.
So you've jumped off the ropes, you've landed on my shoulders, and you've just gone like, yeah,
'Cause that's where the difference occurs in this. He technically still has his armor. You do not.
I know.
I don't wear armor.
No, exactly. But you still
Yeah.
have your armor class. She
But
doesn't.
again, this is
So
for a bit of again. This is for a bit of fun.
No.
Yeah.
But that's where the difference will come in here
Yeah.
because it's literally
Yeah.
he'll easily hit you. You will
Yeah, I know,
have
I know.
problems.
Yeah, you'll struggle hitting him.
Also,
No,
also don't forget at the start of each of El Toro's turns where he's got you grappled, he automatically does 1d4 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that's why it's funny that he hasn't kept hold of her at any turn.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hurt her. I'm trying to show her how to wrestle.
Yeah, and she's having a lot of fun doing it. Oh God.
Garthus is getting extremely jealous.
No, I bet.
Someone wrestled a horse.
I'm just gonna like calmly pull her off my shoulders, put her down, and say, "So you're starting to see how this works."
It's definitely a lot more involved than I'm used to. I like it. Maybe we can try again at some point.
Maybe.
That was fun. Thank you, El Toro.
Is it wrong that I want to do the hill thing and come in and whack him?
Of course.
By all means, if you want to come in and blindside me with a chair from behind.
Oh, bargain! All right, I jump in and I literally upswing, and then a giant fucking warhammer appears in it.
Oh,
Doosh!
Ding ding ding. Disqualification.
Got a fucking chair, motherfucker.
Who said this was a DQ match?
That's
And
true.
you got the
Mate,
and
this
you got
is
the
a-
worst
this
and
is
you
a
got the
street
worst
fight.
referee for that kind of shit. You got the Earl of Hebner.
Oh God, not the Earl of Hebner.
Although I don't think a 16 actually hits him.
I have an AC of 16.
Oh, it does hit you.
It does.
Oh.
Oh, in
I'm
that
just
case,
Toro's-
gonna saunter over with my glass of wine.
that's 9 points.
El Toro's down.
I'm taking 9 damage. Oh,
He's down
And
on
on
the
top of
ground.
that, I'm going to apply the push ability, throwing you 10 feet away,
well, that would bounce me into the ropes.
and I'm also going to drop your speed by an extra 10 feet and do D6 ice damage to you. So 1 point of ice damage, and you're minus 10,
Okay, so
and then
what's
I
happening
jump
is-
back.
So what's happening is he's going into the ring, into the ropes. Instead of coming back, he slips on the ice effectively and falls on his face.
Oh. That's a cheap move, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask.
Do you-
Why are you doing this exactly?
It's a street fight.
So,
Yeah.
oh, so you're just doing it to be an asshole, right?
At which point the Earl of
are
Hebner
you
walks
trying
over
to
to
produce a
walks over
darkness
to her.
now?
You need to pin him now.
Oh well,
What?
guess I'll climb on top then.
Those Pokemon rules. It's his move.
Well, okay. All right. That's the idea. I'm gonna go for. Let's see. Come on, I've got something here.
You're not going for a gore.
I don't know if he can reach me. He's minus 10 feet movement.
Ring is typically 20 by 20. So
Yeah, and this one is.
yeah.
No, but if he
Oh, no,
doesn't
it's
have the
25.
movement to pull off the charge, he can't do it. Because doesn't he have to move 20 feet?
Let's see.
Which,
Goring Rush.
That's why I hit him with the ice thing, because I was like, if he can't move 20 feet, he can't gore me.
If you take the dash action on your turn and move at least 20 feet, you can immediately make one melee attack with your horns as a bonus action. No, I don't think I can do it here.
Yeah, it's not quite enough room.
Yeah. I can grapple on an unarmed strike landing, though, can't I? I think that's an ability I
Yeah.
have.
If you hit me, you can grapple me.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
going
but
for
you-
the... Sorry?
Well, go on.
I'm going for the unarmed strike. I rolled a 2 for a 10. Bugger.
Because what's your movement?
Right now, it's 30.
5.
So yeah, it's only 25, so you still can get to me.
No, it's 30. So,
Yeah, but you're
I-
minus 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can still reach you, but it's not gonna...
Yeah.
Besides, I only have one attack and I just missed.
This is why in the ring, I'm actually at a little bit of disadvantage.
Huh.
Because I like distance.
Alright, I'm going to use Second Wind as a bonus action and regain 1d10 plus 1 HP. Rolling now. So I regain 6 hit points.
Have they dropped the pretense of a wrestling match and just evolved into a fight?
Yep, pretty much.
But apparently, yeah, they've evolved it.
As I said, I'm sauntering up with a glass of wine.
Right, my turn. John, I'm just going to walk up to him and go, come on, you're not raged up. I need to see you more. And I'll just give him a little slap in the face, and I cast Blade Ward on myself. I'm just egging him up now. I'm like, come on.
All right. Rage it is then.
Oh, I have
No dear.
one more spell slot for the day.
All right. So, all right, entering rage, and let's just check. I'm not as okay. Damage resistance, rage damage when you make an attack using strength, either a weapon or an unarmed strike, and deal damage. Gain a bonus to damage increase. Strength advantage. Great. Okay, I'm gonna try the unarmed strike and grapple attack again.
There we go.
Ah! And that is 18.
Okay, I am going to use the Blade Ward, minus D4. That takes you down to 17. You miss.
Right.
Oh, no, 17 hits, sorry.
Ah, we got
Okay.
it.
You do
And-
hit me.
El Toro.
And I'm going to use my Hammering Horns bonus action. After you hit a creature with a melee attack as part... No, that doesn't actually work.
That and
It
you
needs-
can't, you've already raged.
Yeah, no, rage is a bonus action. Okay.
So you do your unarmed strike damage.
Alright, bludgeoning. That's 10 damage there, and I wanted to grapple as well.
Which you can too, because you've got the grappler feat.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Hey,
so
Ollie.
you punch him and grab him at the same time.
Ollie, 3D.
3. Oh, okay, if you want to try that.
Well, that'd involve you falling backwards.
Oh, I thought you meant something else.
Right, I need a con save. That's a 19. That's fine.
I thought it was
so
going to be a
you're out.
Gartus.
No, I've still got my concentration on.
I thought it was going to be
He's
a Gartus
concentrating on
get
his
the
pain.
table.
No, we're not going to get the table. That'd be an improvised weapon.
I am surprised the Garthus hasn't jumped in herself. It's my turn!
To save her mane.
I'm gonna take a swing at you.
You got to admit, it's going to be difficult for 4 legs to get into a ring.
That's 22 to hit.
No,
Okay,
she's,
but
just,
like,
she's just getting crazy horny on the side of the field.
aren't you grappled right now?
Yeah, I can still hit you.
Okay.
Warhammer damage to the face. 8 damage. You're pushed 10 feet away.
Ow. What?
And force movement breaks a grapple.
Yeah, Perrin's just watching this right now. What the hell happened here?
And then I'll pop a second win. So I can heal those 10 hit points back. Wait, we're probably going at this. Just like,
Right.
nope. Push.
Can I just go for a surprise pin at this point?
Now you gotta knock me the fuck out first.
No, this is still a wrestling match.
Yeah, you still gotta get hold of me though.
Okay.
Technically, a pin would be you'd have to get me to restrained.
But that's not how we were doing it before. Okay.
No, but pin never came up. But a pin would be a restrained move.
Okay, fair enough. Well, that's grapple again, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to still come in and grapple me.
All right. Am I still enraged?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it lasts like a
As long as
minute.
as long as you keep attacking, it's still going.
Okay. Now I get advantage on strength checks with rage, but that doesn't extend to attack rolls with unarmed strike, does it?
Nope.
Okay. And it doesn't matter anyway because I rolled a 1 for
Again?
9. Yeah, I'm not doing well today.
Yeah, you did well against Perrin.
Toro
Which of
is
course
off his
means
game.
Which of course means he's going to take another hammer to the head. 22.
All right. Yep.
That's 14 damage,
Ouch.
and you push back 10 feet.
As well, Toro doesn't fight women.
Boosh!
He holds
Women
back.
fight
He's
El
a
Toro.
gentleman. No, El Toro was holding back.
Also, like, you know, well, no, El Toro wouldn't make the excuse of having no weapon. He defended the labyrinth. The people fighting him would have had weapons.
Well, that and your fighting style is bare-fisted, so...
Yeah.
Would you like a weapon? Would it make you feel better, sweetie?
I mean, I do have mastery with... No.
Well, there's a weapon over there.
Do
You
you know-
can always use
Wait,
Earl
wait.
of Hebner.
Wait a minute, just because I feel sorry for him, when I ask if he would like a weapon because I feel sorry for him, I'll give him a bardic inspiration.
Oh,
All right, so Ollie, when you make your next attack, you can add a d6 if it makes you feel better.
What barbarian is he?
Let's see. I'm not sure.
Have you not chosen a subclass?
No, I did. I'm sure. Oh, Path of the Berserker.
Ah, okay. There it is.
Oh, if you reckless attack while your rage is active, you deal an extra damage. The first target you hit on your turn with a strength-based attack, determine the extra damage roll. A number of d6 equal to your rage damage bonus.
Which will hurt.
What is his rage damage bonus at the moment?
Well, I'm.
2.
Is reckless attack a different roll? Because I think I did try to do that once and it didn't go well.
Gives you advantage, but will give me advantage to hit you back.
So do I just roll attack roll with advantage there?
Yeah. As long as I know that you're well, as long as the other person knows, because all the attacks are made with advantage against you.
Yeah. All right, yeah, I'm gonna try the reckless attack thing. I'm on 20 hit points. I don't care. Right, reckless attack. I rolled 2 10s.
I take it you haven't been doing bludgeoning damage to him.
Yeah, it's half damage still, isn't it?
Oh.
See, this is
Yeah.
I'm trying to teach Ollie to use his character here.
Yeah, I forgot about the damage resistance.
Yeah, apart from the 1 frost damage.
Yeah. So how much should I be on? You did 14. So if I regain 7.
Well, if you have a look at your sheet, only one of that. Oh no, you've taken from. I think it's 16 damage in total. You should have back.
Okay, so regain 16.
Yeah.
Thank you. I had forgotten about that.
Okay, Agartus is gonna use her champion's presence. So El Toro is gaining advantage.
He's already got advantage, and I
Oh.
gave him an extra d6. What are you talking about? I'm trying to help him.
Right. Well, I got 18 on the attack roll. Does that hit you?
It does, but 1 minute. It's -3, so no.
You can roll the d6.
Right. Yep. Rolling the d6. That was a 5.
Yep, you hit me.
So
Okay.
A dirty 20 there after multiple effects.
So what?
Well, he doesn't get an extra advantage, so it was
Yeah.
his 2 10 rolls plus his to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of damage?
So it'll be your
does
normal
reckless-
damage plus 2d6.
Okay. Normal damage, bludgeoning. That's 9 strike damage plus 2d6 rolling now. For another 10, 19 damage.
19. There
And-
we go.
Do I grapple you as well?
You do as well.
Isn't there extra damage from the fact he's raging as well?
Yeah, plus 2, isn't it?
Strength.
Plus 2.
So
Is that
Does that
another
get count?
2d6?
Does that get counted on the new sheet or not, though?
No.
No?
It does if he's set his thing to be raged.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, is that another 2d6 I gotta roll? Did you
No,
say?
you've done the 2d6, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because you did
Just
21. So it's an
Yeah.
extra 2, so I've added the 2 already.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. 2
it's
damage.
just a flat sort of damage.
Which is
okay.
good, because you half killed me in 1 hit.
I believe there's a thing on your character sheet you can turn on for rage.
Oh, is there? Where would that
For when
should be
you're
in
raging.
features? And...
I believe if you select the rage, you can activate rage by clicking on this feature and selecting the drop down called Active Rage.
Okay.
It's a new thing they've got.
Yeah, it was hidden behind the activate rage. Yeah, it was hidden behind the thing which shows previous dice rolls. I couldn't see it.
Right. So I get to advantage hit you.
Now, do I be a dick?
10's not going to hit you though.
Pooch.
Yeah, I'm.
So I am going to second wind for 11 because I'd like to survive the next attack. Need to roll con to see if I've actually got concentration still. I do not have concentration, which is nice to know. I think you might have me.
Yeah. Whatever I choose to do barehanded, it's unarmed strike, isn't it?
Basically, you also do 1d4 damage to him straight away at the start of your turn.
Okay. Rolling.
Or you could just restrain me and win.
Because you're aggressive.
1. Yeah. Okay, so how would that work if I went for the pin for restraining here now?
You just go to restrain.
You unarmed strike, shove, and knock him prone.
Yeah.
And just hold him into the ground.
So you just need to hit me and you can win.
Well, as I've got you grappled, that's an advantage on attack rolls, isn't it?
No.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, is
His
it?
grappler feat gives him advantage.
Oh,
on
shit, yeah, I
anything
forgot he's got
grappled.
grappler.
This is his entire shtick.
No, I know. I keep forgetting that grappler gives him it.
Yeah.
Which
All
is
right,
annoying
roll
because
it.
I have this build.
Dirty 20.
You've won this one.
Count
Yeah,
it!
because that's an unarmed strike damage with 2d6 and shoving you to the floor.
Yeah.
She goes
I
down.
think you're knocked out, right?
Got Altoro
Cross
with the
body pin
cover.
attempt.
Altoro with the cover. Hebner's down. 1, 2, 3. You're out.
Well, the question is, do I get a roll before
Ding,
the
ding,
end of
ding,
the count
ding.
to see if I can get out of it?
Does he knock
wrestling.
you unconscious?
No, I'm still up.
He didn't
So
roll his
technically-
damage.
Technically, would I get a roll to see if I can struggle 3 of the pin? If we're taking...
Yes, to get your hand on the rope.
Yeah.
You,
Well, hold on. How much damage does he actually do to you?
Yeah, let's see how much damage he does first.
yeah.
Okay,
Because
so,
you might choose not to if you're that damaged.
Or
Yeah.
might
It might be a bit like,
able
oh,
to.
this is a rough
Yeah,
game.
if he's knocked me out, like,
Right, rolling damage. 8
yep.
damage and...
Sorry to do this to you, El Toro.
yeah.
You're not holding anything in your hand. You're rolling d8s, not d6s.
Oh. Am I?
Well,
oh,
technically,
right.
if he's grappling me, is he not holding me in his hand?
Oh, that's a good point.
The first hit would have been, but as soon as he grapples someone, that goes down.
Yeah.
Surely.
So, wait, do I roll something else now?
No, so
yeah.
I'd say the what's it called would stand. The 8 would stand. if
Okay,
he's
that's
rolling
fair.
the-
You roll another 2d6s.
He didn't hit me with a what's it called though.
Oh no, with the reckless. You know, you're
He
absolutely
did
right.
reckless
yeah.
this time, so it's
No,
just
so-
D8.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and you're shoved into the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say he's got to remember to declare the reckless if he's
Reckless,
going to
yeah.
use it.
No, sorry,
Yeah.
that
No,
was my fault. That one.
This is why I wanted to fight him, because I want him to learn the mechanics on this.
I also wasn't trying to use it. I was trying to go for the pin.
So you would get, I believe you'd get 1 athletics or acrobatics check to get out of this.
Yep, and I've got advantage on acrobatics. That's a 26.
Wait, you have advantage on acrobatics?
Yep.
Why?
Dance
Ooh.
training, motherfucker.
That gives you advantage on that?
Yep.
So so off my crossbody pin, you rolled through.
God damn Dark Souls rolling.
Which means I can stand up for half my movement and put a fucking hammer into you. Now, this is with disadvantage, because technically I am still... Is it No, because that would be the break. So yeah, it's straight.
But it was no.
And I rolled a
but
natural one.
You wouldn't get a hammer attack anyway.
Why?
It's your action to break a grapple.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So I'd be out of my grapple. So I've only got my bonus action.
But you would regain your speed because you broke the grapple and aren't. But you're pro.
Yeah, so I'd stand up, be half movement. Right, let's healing word for the bonus action. Oh, for fuck's sake, 2. So 6 in total. I can't keep taking beatings from this fucker.
No, again, your build does not do well in combined.
No, I need to be able to move.
Square.
All right, let's see if he can hit me again. Is the question.
Can I reckless attack again?
You can reckless attack this time.
You can reckless attack as much as you want. Just remember, anytime you do that, the person has advantage to hit you as well.
Fuck it, let's go.
Given he's still raging, that's
Oh fuck! 5 and a 3.
Oh no!
So 13.
Nope, I'm good.
There's a recklessness to it.
Surprise attack.
He must be.
You're getting
Who's
hit in the
surprised?
back.
Oh my! Really? I'm losing
Yes.
this. Come on.
Low
Yes,
blow
you
with
got
a
attacking her
low
back.
blow with a pike.
If I put 2 fucking Eldritch blasts into her, I'm not taking responsibility for it.
Who did what? I'm confused.
Of course you are. You're angry and seeing red.
What did Agatha's roll?
I haven't rolled it yet. I'm just about to.
Okay, can you let me know before that hits him?
Yeah, once I've loaded a character so I can roll.
She's gonna be like plus fucking 20 to hit. She's like level 11. She's gonna kill me. That's bullshit. That's all I'm saying.
Don't worry, I've spared the dying in case he kills you.
No, there's a chance that she can fucking do 40 damage to me and kill me outright.
She can just choose to do non-lethal damage to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can choose to knock you out.
Because they've changed how that works as well. Non-lethal damage actually puts you on 1 hit point unconscious for an hour.
No, but I feel that's kind of cheeky considering I gave him a plus D6 to hit me.
Yeah, well,
and she's
hold on,
cheating. That's bullshit.
I feel the same way. So
25 with the low blow.
I'm gonna cast Silvery Barbs. Can she re-roll that and take the lower roll, please? The lowest roll.
She's still gonna hit me.
Bitch.
Silvery barbs. So I see you went to Strixhaven.
So she only got 14.
All right, she misses.
I'm just gonna look at her.
Second
no
attack.
Interference.
Yeah, see?
Oh, she still missed.
Bitch, don't make me come over there. You know what? As she tried to cheat, Liana, have advantage on your next attack.
I've got advantage on my next attack. He fucking reckless attack.
Oh, sorry, have advantage on your next attack.
What the fuck?
I tried to play this fair.
Oh, bugger it. I'll just... 18 to hit you, Arturo.
Yep. That hits.
You take 6 damage, half to 3.
You don't have to do bludgeoning damage. You know that, right?
Does it? I change the damage type.
You can choose Force or Radiant on your packed weapon.
Oh no, yeah, force damage then. Take the full 6.
I'm pretty sure packed weapon changed to be able to pick damage type.
There you go. See, I'm learning now.
Let me just double check this. It should say on your packed weapon though.
You know, I don't know what that fucking is.
So it seems
And this match has already gone on half an hour longer than I was expecting it to.
Well, to be
Uh,
fair,
I'm going
to
to
be
throw a
fair-
frost chill on him because
to be
it's
fair-
pissing me off.
to be fair, it's good. It's good for
Another
everyone
one
to learn
ice
how their
damage.
It's good for everyone to learn how their characters work. We don't want another situation of playing barbarian and going,
Eldritch
"Oh, boy, wait."
Invocations. Oh, can I just have the Eldritch Invocations, please?
Yeah, but I might roll badly.
Yeah, but is she dead yet?
No.
No, but we're getting there.
Whenever you attack with a bundled weapon, you can use your charisma modifier for the attack damage rolls instead of using dexterity, and you can cause the weapon. Necrotic, psychic, or radiant damage.
Oh, no, I did psychic damage. Just to piss him off more.
Yeah, when you make an attack with your weapon, you can pick necrotic, psychic, radiant, or the normal damage type. So you get 4 damage types with that.
I'm going to yell into the crowd to you. Stop helping him. I'll give you bardic inspiration.
Who, me?
Yeah. Difference is, though, once I give you bardic inspiration, I punch him in the dick.
Yeah, I only cast a spell to help you, by the way.
El Toro, does 21 hit you?
It does, yes.
I'll take another 5 points of to the dick.
Low blow.
I believe that one is bludgeoning and halved.
That is half, though.
Okay, so is that 2 or 3?
2.
Yeah, all right. So I'll get back 3.
To be fair, there's a good chance he actually kills me now, though.
Did you say I had advantage on my next attack?
Well, you can reckless attack, so you've got advantage on all your attacks.
It wouldn't be an Ollie campaign if you didn't kill someone.
I don't know why
I would
this
like
keeps happening.
Agathis to stop trying to ruin El Toro's win.
Don't think that again. Purin is just what
I'm very tempted to move away from her.
I should point out that Purin is just sitting there watching, going, "Oh, this is very different to sumo."
So I am out of spell. That was my last spell slot of the day to do that silvery barbs.
All right. So assuming I have advantage on my attack rolling.
I was going to say, it's a match with the Earl of Hebner. You were expecting there not to be low blows?
22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't already done a fast count and ran out and then got his.
Hey, stop fighting! I've already counted you out.
Well, no, it's Earl Hebner. You know he's just going to count it, run out, and then quickly before the Canadian fans kill him.
So what's that? That's a D8 plus 2D6 you got to roll damage.
All right. So the D6 for my blood.
No,
damage...
D8 for the first attack because you're not grappling me at the moment.
Okay, so it says D6 on the thing, so I just roll a D8 and add 7, do I?
Yeah.
You
That's
should have an unarmed strike that has a D8 next to it.
I don't. It says 1d6 plus 7.
Is your damage plus 7?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's why I'm taking so much damage.
Yeah, remember he's raging.
Yeah, I know.
Strength 20 character. What?
So I'll roll the D8 manually, and I'll just add 7. Right, so 7 plus 7, that's 14.
2d6 on top of that.
Rolling. Another 5, so 19.
Plus 2.
Plus 2, 21.
21. That's it.
Trigger, I have an interesting answer for you.
Mm.
It still counts as D8 when he's grappling you.
Oh, does it?
Because it only counts as a D6 as long as he's not holding a weapon or a shield. You don't count as either of those.
Oh, fair enough. If he had Tavern Brawler, though, I would.
If there's 2 of us here, if there's a referee me, does this mean they're basically refereeing this by Canadian rules? Where there's 2 refs.
Okay.
Yeah, if you aren't holding a weapon or shield, you make the attack roll, the D6 becomes a D8.
Right,
I'm going to bonus action second wind.
I
Oh,
forgot you
yeah.
got 2 of them as well.
Yeah.
Right.
All fighters get 2 of them now.
Only rolled 2, so I'm only getting 3 back, but it's something.
Right, I'm going to match his second wind with a healing word straight off the bat. 5. No, 9, sorry, altogether then.
You must be running out of spell slots at this rate.
I have got 2 left.
Jesus.
Yeah, because even I have 2 second wins.
Fans must be loving this, by the way.
Advantage hammer shot.
Oh yeah, Grandma and
Grandma.
Ray are loving
20, 22 to hit.
Oh
Yep,
God!
that's
please.
in.
Why am I imagining Grandma?
Oh my god, I rolled a 1. Take 5 psychic damage.
Grandma with a cowboy hat and a drooping face. By God! They use a
We'll add
sledgehammer.
the 6 ice damage because. Oh, there it is. 6 ice damage as well.
Damn it, I kind of want to fight now.
That's 11 damage in total then this turn. So I'm going to push you back the 10 feet and I'm going to fucking move away from that bitch.
And she's just moved away from Debbie.
I'm going to move away from that bitch.
She's moved away from Debbie. It looks like there's going to be more low blows.
Oh, God. He's getting away from that Jezebel. That charlatan. That bitch. She's sitting there. She's trying to smack her right in the snatch. By God. There's a slobber knocker.
Who's looking the worst in this fight?
I don't know. I don't know what he's on.
I'm on 19.
I'm on 16.
Have a bardic inspiration.
Who?
The person with the lowest hit points.
Ah.
Come on, get him.
I don't know if that helps me.
She's casting a guidance on. She's casting a guidance on El Toro.
I can't stick a guidance on El Toro because I can't touch him.
Yeah, you can't touch him.
Oh yeah, ranged touch. Sorry, I had the mouse over the wrong thing.
Yeah, that's why I'm not. That's why I'm using a bardic inspiration instead of a guidance.
Right.
Go on, Toro. Your turn.
I'm going for a reckless attack.
You can end me right here.
I think the next turn is going to decide it one way or the other. So I'm going for
yeah,
reckless.
I think so.
I say I can't do 19 damage to you next turn, so
23 to hit.
23 fucking hits.
Okay, so D8 plus 2 D6s.
Yep.
D8 plus 7. Rolling the D8.
D8 plus
7. That's
I said
14 damage.
I said that truck damage is what's doing it.
Plus 2 D6.
Well, to be fair, I'm down because of the +2 anyway.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to go for the pin while he's prone.
I'm down.
German suplex into a bridge pin.
Right, it was the loss of the blade ward that did it.
Hey, have to slide in. 1, 2, 3, you're out.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding.
And El Toro's just going to get up on the turnbuckle and posture like, ah!
And here's your winner by
Slides out of the ring, runs off.
Should never have bardic inspiration him. That's when I lost it. When I tried to help him.
Oh God, can we have a Goblin Michael Buffer just go? And the winner of the match
is El Toro.
I'm wondering if I could take El Toro.
I'm more impressed that I could stand that fucking hard against a barbarian.
With a weapon, maybe. With the hands, it's going to be tough.
Okay, well, now
I am the champion of the labyrinth.
His parents just going to clap and go, so this is wrestling. It's certainly a lot more action-packed than I'm used to. I like it. Just going to I suppose, would it be worth me casting any kind of healing word on...
I'm unconscious.
I think we're gonna have. I think we're on the verge of a long rest anyway, right?
Ah, true. Fine. I'm gonna see. Let's see. I've got lesser restoration.
That's not gonna do it. We need hit points.
Hold on. Let's have a look. See what I've got.
Lay on hands.
Oh yeah, I've got some lay on hands, so I'm just going to give her a little pat on the head and get.
And I'm just posturing and posing on the top, stood on the middle rope, like pleading to the crowd, like. Oh.
Since we're on the verge of a long rest anyway,
You did well, old Toro.
You get 25. Trigger, you get 25 hit points back for me patting you on the butt. You did good.
To be fair, I feel like I would have had a bet if I hadn't have burned my 2 second levels. Me smacking him back into the cloud of daggers would have done more down, killed him.
So just for shits and giggles, she's just gonna raise El Toro, try and like raise El Toro's hand up a little. Yeah.
What level fighter are both of you?
One. I'm level 1 fighter, level 4 barbarian.
Oh, so I am the only fighter with action surge then.
Yeah, I'm taking 3 later on.
So far, yeah, I might get another level in fighter when the time comes.
No, El Toro is still undefeated. He's the gold version.
I would take him on, but I can't be bothered to dirty myself.
I might rematch him when we're not in a fucking 20-foot cube.
Also, I'd like to point out as well, Ollie, that El Toro wrestled for almost... How long was that for? Almost an hour?
The 60-minute Minotaur.
Yeah, that was going to say.
Basically means it qualifies you to basically be an NWA World Champion.
Oh.
Wait, here's a question. Would El Toro want me to fight him with everything or without everything? Would you like a proper unarmed match or a proper... I get my armor and weapon.
One thing I would stipulate is there'll be one peculiar thing when it comes to your movement in the ring. You technically have an extra 5 feet of movement when you hit the rope.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Because the rope normally extends to the edge of the ring apron. When it's hit, when people run into it. So what I mean is, for example, if I use El Toro, you could actually go as far as here within your movement thing. So if, for example, he was going to do a charge, and Lena was here, he could go 5, 10, 15, 20, because it's that 5 feet extra. So you could actually charge into the ropes and back out.
Well, that's why I made sure that he didn't have enough movement to get to me when I did it. I froze him down as well. So if I push him that far away, if I push him that far away, he will gore the shit out of me next time.
Yeah, I just meant for like future reference.
I'm gonna get down off the rope.
If you hadn't have slowed him down off the rope and try and he could have gone that way and like and gored you.
I'm going to try and help her to her feet and say, no hard feelings. You got a mean swing.
Yeah,
it's the hammer out of nowhere to the jaw that got you, wasn't it?
Yep.
Anything. The question is, what do the crowd think? Yay!
I got to make a stats for like a chair, so it's not an improvised weapon.
Oh god! Oh. Yeah. Give him a steel. Yeah, give El Toro a steel.
Well, to be fair, it's still only going to be a D4.
Oh yeah, but still, in terms of.
Oh no, maybe it's too bad.
Like the equivalent of a. No, I meant so it counts as like the equivalent of a finesse weapon. So he wouldn't lose he wouldn't get a minus.
Here's an interesting question on something I have because I know why they put the stipulation in, and it's not something I'm using. Would one of my gauntlets count as a weapon with a price worth 1 copper piece for my unarmed attacks?
Your gauntlet?
Yeah.
Not really.
That's interesting. The problem is it'll drop your...
Because they're like a glove.
Yeah, well, it dropped the damage dice.
It's like a metal gauntlet.
Have you got unarmed fighting knife?
No.
No, so it would make it it'll make an improvised weapon.
No. I'm thinking of a spell use.
No, but what I'm saying is it would count, but it would be an improvised weapon, so it would make it a D4 damage. But as you're using a spell on top of it, it doesn't really matter.
It's just a weapon which you have proficiency that is worth 1 plus copper.
Well,
piece,
you don't
and
have
they've put the one-
proficiency with glove.
No, but they've only put that in to stop you using it with stuff like Shadow Blade, which I was trying to add it to my unarmed attack, like Shadow Blade or some other bullshit spell.
No, I think it technically has to be a weapon.
Damn. But no, my unarmed strikes are not doing jack and shit to the.
Well, mate, I said once he started reckless
Like I said,
attacking, he
steel
was doing
chair.
like 30 damage.
Steel chair would
And I was
count.
like,
A knuckle duster. I could beat his ass with a knuckle duster.
Yes.
Oh, Ollie, we can easily get El Toro a chair and get Per and a kendo stick.
Lighthammer. Lighthammer. It's a knuckle duster.
I did have an idea for like a cursed chair as a cursed weapon.
No, you're not going to put me chair.
Like, I don't know, it gives you advantage on all attacks, but if you, like, I don't know, if certain conditions are met, the target is random.
Oh no! I got a better one. You missed your target,
Okay.
and you got to do an elbow drop on it.
Or when
Yeah.
you roll, see if they've got to roll and see if they get CTE.
No, so I mean, like,
Yeah.
they actually hurt themselves by doing an elbow drop onto the chair themselves.
Just don't swing the chair near the ropes. It always bounces off and hits you back in the face.
Do you know what my best strategy against El Toro probably would be? And in that case, if the gauntlet doesn't go, it would just be to insult him.
Yeah.
He has no resistance to psychic damage. I can stand there and insult him to
So
death.
basically,
you can. You
Yeah,
could
you
dodge
could-
and insult him to death.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
you
so
could,
he's
you could do a
basically the rock.
spot.
So you can
Well,
basically
I don't before your
I don't
match.
think he has high. It's a wisdom save, or he takes 2d6 psychic damage. I don't think he and gets disadvantage on his next.
You call
attack.
him out by insulting
Yeah,
him and
you're calling
hurting
him out.
Yeah, that would be a promo, Hawk.
Yeah.
A spot is the little bit in the match.
Oh
And
yeah.
so
Yeah.
basically,
Sorry.
what you say is that Alex could be the Rock, or
Now,
MJF.
Hawk,
No,
I'm gonna
because he
suggest
just
this.
doesn't turn up.
I think
Oh,
you should end the stream so Dan can go rest his voice.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Deb. But yeah, we should call it for tonight. Good night, everyone. Friends, see you on Friday.